Well, are we live? It says we're live now. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hello, hello, hello. Can you see? Can you hear us in the stream chat? Let us know, please. Make sure you let us know in the stream chat if you can hear and see us. If you can hear and see us, let us know in the stream chat. Pretty, please. Actually, let me get up on my phone so you make sure we're on here. But I'm pretty, if it says we're on, I'm pretty sure we're on. Let me just double check on here. Boom, boom, boom. What's it saying? Are we on? Yes, we're on. It says we're live. I can see the little red icon underneath. So big up everybody for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in once again. Random show settings, episode number 477, day number 13 of 31. Big up all the haters out there that said I could never do it. We're in double digits. Lucky number 13. And of course, lucky number 13, I have the one and only, the one, the legendary, what would I call him? King of the stream chat. NJ Ranger. No. Up in the place. Congratulations and salute and clappy and all that malarkey in between. Thank you for joining me, my guy. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, big dog.
Yeah, man. We're out here, man. We're out here. We're doing what needs to be done. I'm glad you're here for, to hang out with me for a bit. As much as I do like to speak to myself, it's nice to sometimes, speak to another human being. So thank you for making this somewhat tolerable. And yeah, man, let's do this. But before we do this, I don't know, give the guys a bit of an intro and let them know, I don't know, a little 5-minute elevator pitch about yourself, where you're from, what you do, and all that malarkey.
I'm from North Jersey. I'm a stock market guy. Slightly before it became cringe to say that you're a stock market guy. That was a real life altering kind of thing. Where again, when I was growing up, that used to be something that would have been cool to tell women that you do for work. Now it's like, it's something that you hide. Like there are a lot more other professions I would rather cop to. But yeah, I am, as Sam Cedar would say, I'm a lefty from way back.
Nice.
I share your same role-playing game backstory in that I'm a Joe Rogan Fallen fan. Mm-hmm. As well as a Red Bar guy. Used to listen to Joe back in the day, used to enjoy it very, very much. Mm-hmm. And then dude lost his way. And I was inspired both by yourself and by CALLEN. When CALLEN was shitting out his nth iteration of whatever the fuck I'm gonna stream wherever. Yeah. I thought to myself, like, you know what? If these guys are out here doing it, like, what is preventing me from doing that? And so now we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Just a quick one, and falling by the wayside when it comes to Rogan with that malarkey. Do you know when? Because I've been mulling it over. I think somebody had to comment on the clip I made about it, and they mentioned the same sort of thing. Like, regrettably, I used to rate Rogan too. Do you know when you can pinpoint? Like, I always say his brain was broken during COVID, but some people argue that there was signs earlier on that he was going a bit off the reservation. When do you think that moment was?
Okay, I think now I'm going to be like a fence sitter. I think that there's validity to both of those points. I think that we can all agree that COVID was the inciting incident for him to go the way that he's gone. I can appreciate the argument that there were signs before. Like, I would say that I fell off watching Joe like 2018, 2019. And then, okay, obviously you have COVID then taking the big stage in 2020. I think that once he, and this is my own bias showing, once you stopped hearing the riffs, the classic Joe riffs, however basic they may be, like, for example, man, it's fucked up all the stuff that the CIA did. Or how can a plant be illegal, man? Like, however, we can laugh that it's superficial because it is. But like, when that little curiosity aspect of Joe, non-wanting to be in a ball washing circle aspect of Joe. Once that went by the wayside, then when you have a convenient, I hate to use the word, but a convenient narrative like COVID to base your whole personality off of, and then he does that, then his whole sphere of comedians do that, and in parallel, great thinkers like Gino Bisconte also base their whole personalities off of COVID. Yeah, I think that I lean towards 2020 being the divergence point.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. You can definitely get you definitely get the feeling, like I got another point you made as of like I wouldn't say took advantage, but it was like a convenient like excuse and an opportunity to really lean into the the right wing sort of stuff. The really surprising thing for me, not that he's gone right wing, because I think I don't really give a shit about politics that way anyway. But in general, you can decide who you want to vote for. It's not really my concern. Yeah. It's just the far right aspects of it that's really kind of confusing. Like how he went from being super liberal man to like now he's like believing all the far right conspiracies. He believes all the flipping he sees all the flipping AI stuff that's like bashing the left, and he believes it straight away. Like even that one thing that got him that I was like confused about was that thing of like in the schools where
the litter boxes.
Yeah, I remember reading that thinking like I understand my parents reading that and believing it, but for someone like a Rogan who's like conspiratorial and stuff, like why would you believe that off rip? Why wouldn't you dig it a bit deeper? Because it seems like a story that doesn't make sense or is not believable. So the fact that he believed it makes me think, oh yeah, you're already on that side. You're looking for any opportunity to like bash the left. It was like I was surprised that the Rogan that I knew, the Rogan that I kind of like was a fan of, the one that kind of got me into watching the UFC. The one that was about personal development and personal responsibility and being a man and all this malarkey, for him to suddenly be like right wing, far right boomer guy, I'm like, wow, it happened for me. It happened so quickly, but it probably didn't.
No, but to your point, actually, it's great that you bring this up. The whole like you would think that he would dig a little bit into it aspect of it.
Yeah.
One of my other heroes, one of my other 2-letter name heroes on YouTube. RM Brown does a great job because he's brilliant. He's really good. He makes me laugh like no other, and he's very informative without being pretentious. One of the most sneaky, surreptitious ways that he can teach you stuff comes through his drops, where it'll be like a silly drop, like Tim Pool saying a crystal flute. Yeah. And then, okay, when you Google like a crystal flute, you Google it and you find out, oh, he's bitching about Lizzo with the whatever Millard Fillmore or whoever the fuck president's crystal flute. In that same tip, Rogan, if you did just a cursory little, it's one Google away, big dog.
Yeah.
You would find out that the nug of truth in that kitty litter in schools, or as he framed it, litter boxes in schools thing. There is kitty litter in schools now. Spoiler alert, the reason that it's there is because if there's a mass shooting, it will make the blood easier to clean up. Well, that's not really kids identifying as cats. It's kind of a different problem that so that to your point, like, bro, Joe, just do like and also he was being fooled before AI. If you remember that video of that father that was hitting his son. It's like, that's not AI, that's a skit. Like we can't account for that.
The thing is, I feel like he's way more like cautious and on the fence when it comes to that video. Like he does his research when it comes to like UFOs. If that goes viral, he's definitely quick to like doubt it, pour cold water on it. You know what I mean? But then as soon as that, I don't know, that flipping, what's his name? That Tim Waltz fucking video. It's like, brother, like, did you really think what? You thought that was real? Like, oh God almighty, man. Honestly.
He has a great bullshit detector, remember?
Oh my God, that detector, man. Fucking detector. So quickly before we continue, for some reason my the tip thing's not. How do you get the super chat to come up? on the
You
screen?
see the chat on the right hand side. If you see one that is a super chat, you can click on it.
Okay, so you can't just make it come up like automatically, no?
Well, you can. If you hover over it, it will say like pull up on screen or something.
Auto star. Okay, cool. If you hover, okay, show. There we go. Actually, how do you get the banner to show instead of the chat on the side, like just to show random messages that come up? You have to just scroll, but you have to scroll and make it show.
You click on them.
Also, you can't just make them come up by themselves randomly.
No, not randomly.
Ah, okay, cool. Big up Assad Aziz, as you looking like corner, let's get it together. Yo, I keep telling you about my insecurity with my hair right now because I'm trying to get the sides to grow out. So please do not mention my hair again, okay? Please not mention my hair again. Callers in the chat, and what you got? Lifetime bans will be issued out. Anyone else comments on my hair? Lifetime bans.
It's a flattering comparison. That's one of my goats.
Yeah. Corner. Oh yeah, Corner. What happened to him anyway? Where is that guy?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a minute, but
yeah, where is that guy?
You have a lot of libs who, if you put a gun to their head, would tell you that he and Jill Stein are the reason that Kamala lost. Yeah, no, definitely.
Oh, but actually, he's another one that was on Rogan a lot, wasn't he? He's not on Rogan too often.
Yeah, he's in that Duncan Trussell category.
There was a period where he was like a breath of fresh air, but oh man, the Duncan Trussell subreddit, the amount of like this, they've got like a pinned thread of like he's changed and people just crying, and it's funny, but it's sad because Duncan was one of the last beacons of like hope in that JRE circle. So you can literally feel these grown adults' hearts breaking with every comment. Like, oh my god, I can't believe that my guy is like not that guy. And I think somebody, I think there was a meme of somebody parked a Bugatti outside of the and I think it had like a Duncan Trussell-esque license plate, and it was like, yeah, that's a perfect representation of where Duncan's gone now. You know, he's driving a Bugatti.
No, big up to you gotta give love to the elephant graveyard because for any number of reasons, but just specifically in this instance, the fact that I had not seen that ball washing Peter Thiel clip until now. For years, I remember telling you that to me, Duncan Trussell is like, okay, you're a parent, there's a kids that you don't want your kid to hang out with, and then the opposite. To me, as Joe's parent, if you will, I always, especially once we started seeing him fewer and far between, I like him being around Duncan. I thought he was a good influence on him. And to see how my goat is washed now, he's going to run cover for Peter Thiel. Are you shitting me? Like,
it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's, you know, to be fair, I think it probably comes down to the fact that he's had a kid. He's got a wife now, and he's living a somewhat normal. Because before he was like living outdoors. He was doing the van life thing. He was a little bit of a hippie, renegade, off the grid type of guy. But once you've had a child and you've got a wife, like real life hits you. So I think real life hit him, and he started to make some real life decisions. Like, you know, I had to pay my bills. And he thought, you know what? Let's just start right wing shilling it, man. Let's just do the right wing shuffle, you know, a little right wing shuffle. Make sure my kids got baby formula. Make sure my wife's got handbags. And here we are. Here we are, sir. Cool. Let's get on with it. I wanna obviously start off the show. Obviously start off the show with probably the most important news that we have to cover. Actually, the most important news that we need to react to. Has to be the following. This is the most important news that we have to cover. Where is it? There we go. KLARNA stock 15%. God almighty, KLARNA stock has dropped 15% in the New York Stock Exchange debut after the IPO. So KLARNA has IPO. This is the most important news on the timeline right now. I don't think there's anything else happening. I'm not heard anything else. The thing that's really grabbing my attention is that KLARNA has IPO'd, which is both amazing and depressing for where we are in the world now, because there are people out there. I think maybe I read it in the KLARNA subreddit or somewhere. somebody said like they have friends who like all of their possessions are like on a platform. All of their possessions that they bought them via some sort of Klarna thing, like a part payment sort of thing. Everything they have, from their TVs to their laptops to their phones. And I'm just thinking to myself, God Almighty, look at the world we're in. And then you hear of like, you know, food delivery platforms like Uber Eats and stuff implementing Klarna, and it's like people are Klarnering like Shake Shack burgers. Like, for real, is this where we're at in the society? Like, God Almighty, I am worried. I am scared. I'm shaking. How are you feeling about this, NJ?
I saw somebody, to your point, like to whatever, bring it home. I saw that you can Klarna the something that I had just yesterday, one of my favorite meals, the Costco $1.50 hot dog and soda combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that it speaks well to our society when an IPO does numbers for a company that is essentially layaway, but for everywhere and everything. It's not a great sign.
Yeah, and I don't know when this became acceptable, because I remember growing up, like people you just had to buy things. Like I remember there was a brief period when I was growing up where there was like, we in the UK we had like Littlewoods catalogs where they send you these big catalogs and your mom would be wanting to buy, I don't know, shoes, and they always have a finance options. But again, those type of options you only have to have good credit to get them anyway. But the goal was to always buy things, to buy outright. Like even financing, my dad never financed cars, always had to save up to get a car, whether it was secondhand or whatever. But nowadays it's become like so common. Everyone finances everything. And just the other day, actually, I was having a conversation with a friend, and he kind of opened my eyes to it, about not, because I've got an iPhone like 14, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to upgrade or anything, but I also don't want to be on a contract anymore. And he was like, yeah, I'd never be on a contract. He basically just buys the phones outright. He saves up, buys them outright, and then just gets SIM only deals because those deals are usually better than the contract ones. And I was like, oh, I never thought about just like buying your phone outright. But then again, iPhones are like what, £1,000 or something crazy like that. But yeah, like it's so odd how this become like such an acceptable way to buy things. Like if you don't have the money, just lay away it. You know what I mean? It's just like, really? And then you end up paying what, 4 times this retail value, whatever you do with the fucking interest. It's crazy to me.
I mean, look, it's also credit card debt, at least in America, is at like an all-time high. People just putting shit on their cards and not paying it off because they don't have the money. Yeah, and theoretically, if he wasn't so dog shit at it, a guy like Dave Ramsey could be doing well during this, except that his advice always seems to boil down to, oh, well, don't order so much avocado, to all that hack shit. And it's like, okay, at the point that you are using essentially layaway or DoorDash, it's like, okay, I don't think that this is solved with not doing so many millennial things or whatever you perceive to be millennial. People don't have fucking money.
Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much. It really it really is too much. We're sinking right to the bottom. But when I see these type of things, like I more and more understand why Tim Dillon's on this whole like, hey, I'm gonna just get what I can out of life because it's all going down. It's all coming down. It's all coming down or going up in flames. There's no point of like trying to save it or caring. We're hurtling, breakneck speed towards the wall. Get as much as you can out of life, and then whenever the crash comes, the crash comes. Because I did read somewhere actually it was during that case. I remember I spoke about some case I think on Taz about this Chinese exchange, this Chinese student that was in the UK, who went on and kind of raped a bunch of girls here, with date rape drugs and shit. And I remember as an extension of that story, there was this thing I read about the reason why a lot of like Chinese students and stuff internationally seem to have a lot of money. Allegedly, it's what they say, right? Is that when they go to study abroad, that this is so boss, they allegedly like sign up to a bunch of credit cards and they just like blow them, spend them all or spend whatever money they have on the credit card throughout the 3-year duration of their degree. And then obviously when they graduate, most of them go back home. So whatever debt is on there, whether they have to pay back, they don't pay it back. They just go back home. and never kind of, yeah, I mean, so they just run up the credit cards and just fly back and like don't take care of it. Yeah, I was thinking that is so if true, I'm not sure if that's true.
Big if
That's
true.
true, that is fucking incredible. So yeah, I don't blame them. Let me quickly put this super chat here. Big up Casey. New stream layout is shit. Go back to the scruff stream. There's two insults there. There's the insult about this stream, and there's the insult about what I usually do. double insult there. To be fair, I quite like the layout of stream. I'm not gonna lie. I quite like how intuitive it is. It feels quite, it feels quite common sense in terms of how it's done. OBS is a little bit more tactile. You feel like you're hacking. I do like my OBS stream. I don't think my OBS stream is scruff, to be honest. I do, I take pride in my OBS layouts and my scenes and shit. I don't think it's scruff, but sometimes people think it's scruff. Whatever, one man's scruff is another man's beauty, as they say. Let me quickly read just the top of this article so we get an idea of what's going on here. It says shares of KLARNA rose by 15% in a New York Stock Exchange debut on Wednesday, closing at 45.82 after the Swedish fintech priced its IPO above expected range. KLARNA, known for its popular buy now, pay later products, price shares at 40 on Tuesday, raising 1.37 billion for the company and existing shareholders. Just before I continue, just a quick prediction. I've got a feeling this company is going to go bust soon. Don't know why. I've got a feeling this company is going to go tits up. I don't know why. I just don't think this is not sustainable. It's not going to last. I have a funny feeling this is going to go fucking tits up. You heard it here first. The IPO marks the latest in the growing list of high-profile tech listings this year, suggesting an increased demand from Wall Street with new offerings. Companies like stablecoin issuer Circle and design platform Figma soared their respective debuts. Meanwhile, crypto exchange Gemini is expected to go public late. Yeah, the quote. To me, it's really just a milestone, says KLARNA's co-founder and CEO, Sebastian. I'm not going to say that surname. It's a little bit like a wedding. You prepare so much, you plan for it. It's a big party, but in the end, the marriage goes on. I'm not going to lie, but if you just IPO'd and you're now worth 1.347 billion, the CEO sounds a little bit negative. So that tells me everything I need to know about the future. He's happy they've IPO'd, but he knows what's coming down the road. He knows this ain't going to last, but he's okay. He's probably going to get a parachute payment. If it does go tits up, he's perfectly fine. But I think this quote right here from the CEO should give you pause. So if you're out there and you're trying to buy stock, this is not financial advice, by the way, but I'd say hold off on KLARNA. Hold off. The stock opened at $52 before dropping as its day progressed, and its close, the company is valued at about 17.3 billion. KLARNA's entry in the public markets to test Wall Street. So there we go. KLARNA's on the stock market. If you want to get involved, but do it at your own risk. I think this shit's gonna go tits up soon. People are gonna lose appetite for it. I think even wasn't there a report about KLARNA being unable or finding it difficult to collect payment? I think I read it somewhere. It was like an issue. I forgot what it was with. Maybe it was food stuff. I forgot. But there was something I read somewhere online. Like they're having trouble collecting payment for certain things. So shaky. It's a shaky little thing. It's a shaky little thing. Okie dokie. Let's get that off the screen. So not too sure what else is on the news. What else has been on the news? I can't think of it actually. It's been a pretty boring day. Yeah, I've heard that, there's news about Manchester United. I saw flipping Dead Spence, a England player, got his first fucking England cap. What else have I seen? I saw some of the VMAs, right? The red carpet looked pretty decent. Hello. The Epstein book, big deal, right? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. God almighty. R.I.P. to fucking Charlie Kirk. R.I.P. to fucking Charlie Kirk. What a crazy story. So where were you when you heard that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated? Where were you?
I was watching. If I told you I got the news from Kevin Brennan, would you believe?
Big up the big KB. Really? That's amazing.
100%.
Big up Kevin Brennan. Oh shit. He broke the story. Where was I? I think I just come back from the gym and I was eating, and I just like was. And I think, to be fair, it was a delayed response because I'm pretty sure it happened like it must have happened like 15 minutes before I saw it. So it's kind of a delayed response. But by then, the timeline was populated with all the angles. So that was the worst thing. So I saw it 15 minutes after it happened. I was scrolling, and the first angle I saw was a far one, and I was like, no, that can't be real. I don't know why. I don't know if you're the same, but whenever I see stuff like this on the timeline, because there's so much like AI and whatever, or like old clips, I didn't think it was real. I don't know what. I for some reason I thought, some of those when people do those like intentionally trolly comments or clips or tweets, or they'll be like, what you call it? Whoopi Goldberg fell down a flight of stairs. And then you click on it, and it's just, I don't know, it's her talking, and it's not nothing to do with stairs at all. So I thought it was one of those things that someone was going to stand up and clap, or someone's going to rush the stage. And then to see it, I was like, whoa. I let out an audible, like, oh my God. Like, I was like, God, because I knew straight away, when it happened.
Yeah.
Guys dead, didn't it? Because that amount of blood that was fucking, pouring out, there was no way that guy was going to be alive. And the first thing I kind of thought about, oddly enough, was that girl that passed away, right? The girl that was stabbed on the train. And I was like, geez, like, what's really sad about it? It's like death itself is just so, it's so casual in a way, There's nothing like, I think I remember someone saying, I think maybe it was my hero, fucking Jocko Willink, one of my North Stars, right? He must have something like, oh, there is no Hollywood movie on the battlefield, right? It's just people die, and they just die in front of your friends. And it's the same sort of thing. It's just a casualness. Like, he's just sitting on a chair, talking to a crowd, like just whatever. And then next minute, boom, it's finished. That girl's just on her phone, listening to music, chilling with her feet up. Next minute, you know what I mean? It's just God. It's just wild, man. Absolutely wild. But let's just quickly check out the articles here where they kind of speak a little bit about it more. Let me get it on here. Bear with me 1 second. How do this remove? Stop screen. Boom. Boom. Screen share. And let's go this. Yeah. Who is Charlie Kirk? So let's share this. Actually, you know what? There they go. Should be there, right? Is it there? Cool. Boom. So this is quickly from the Sky News. Who is Charlie Kirk? I'm sure some of you guys know who this person is already, but unfortunately he passed away earlier today. By the way, that's an unfortunate angle. He looks a little bit, that's not the best angle, like face-wise, looks a bit crazy there. For many young people, the far right, Charlie Kirk was an icon. I'm surprised to know he was 31, by the way. I didn't know he was that young. I just assumed he was way older than that. But I guess that's what being outside and doing politics all the time does to you, probably. Media personality, broadcaster, and author and founder of Turning Point USA, the non-profit organization champions conservative politics, schools, and colleges. It's been described as one of the fastest growing organizations of its type in America. There he is with Trump. Have you heard allegedly that him and Trump are really close? Like, he really rated him, so he's going to be really heartbroken. People are saying like he might go nuclear. With, like,
actually, the clip, I forget what network it was, not OAN, Real America's Voice, one of those. KB was playing a clip of this anchor that was talking about it, and he had appeared on, or his show was on that network, and she got the anchor woman got the confirmation from Donald. So he's plugged into this.
Got a question for you there by IDZ. Hey, NJ Ranger, what does PBD think about Kirk?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, because he was a great guy and a great American. He was a Christian, and maybe we're going to see in the coming days, but maybe it was the college leftists, and you know how they love Muslims. Maybe it was the guys from Gaza who were doing a bit of that.
Him in that debate, turning every criticism of himself into an opportunity to, like, I don't know, like what was that? Yeah, or to offer a job. Like, I don't understand that defense. What weird defense? Like, if I'd offer you $1 million to come with that, what? Like, we're talking about like rights and policies, and this guy is, I don't know, strange.
It's a self-report. The fact that he presumes that everybody else can be bought off.
It's that's the point. I think I forgot who mentioned it. Someone said in the video, like he's constantly, maybe it was people Aaron Brown, like he's constantly in like seller telesales mode, and he's always everything to sell from. It's like, brother, like have a conversation, please, for the love of God, or a debate, or a debate.
Yeah.
Let's continue. So yeah, Trumpy there with the old Charlie Kirky. He had a huge influence with the podcast consistently charting in the top 20. Really, he had a Turning Points podcast, I'm assuming.
The Charlie Kirk Show.
Wow. Top 20 all the time. Fucking hell. So this is don't get me wrong, I know of him online for his clips, but I didn't know he had like a popping presence that way. Jesus Christ, bro. According to NBC, Charlie Kirk's show is being downloaded between 500,000 to 7,000 Jesus Christ times per day. It's consistently charts highly on Spotify and Apple. So this kid was like, he's making some good money in it, making some good money, riling people up and shit. Across social media, he had a huge following with 7.3 million on TikTok, 7 million on Instagram, 5 million on X, and 3.5 million on YouTube. So this is forgive me for the calluses, but this is a pretty major scalp, isn't it? This is a big person. It's a big player in that kind of like right-wing influencer content, whatever ecosystem. That's a big person, man. Like, Jesus. Again, maybe because I don't follow people, I just see their clips on my timeline. But I didn't know he was like that big, like this, like that's huge. So in terms of numbers or reach, do you think he had a bigger reach than or further reach than someone like a Tim Paul? Or is it comparable?
The problem, I think that they are comparable. The problem is that for both of these, not unlike Chrissy Mayer, there's a whole lot of payola and views buying and that kind of horseshit. And again, both like you're being paid to say whatever, as we found out with Timp, and then we later found out with Dave Pacman and these other motherfuckers, as well as the artificial traffic. But they're both up there. And Charlie, unlike Tim only in the past year or so has he given up the premise that, I'm actually kind of like a liberal. I'm like kind of like a liberal, but the left is going crazy. But Charlie, Charlie Kirk, he wore it on his sleeve.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing. Oddly enough, you have to give him respect for. Like, he wasn't unapologetic. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was really like, and I also don't think, unlike maybe, I don't know, even unlike someone like Candace, who was a bit, I think he actually believed what he was saying, He actually believed what he was saying. I don't think that was a front when it comes to Charlie Kirk. For better or worse, I think he actually believed in he believed these raps, to say at least. But let's continue on here. A popular political activist, he spent much of his time traveling to college campuses across the country, encouraging debate and promoting conservative values. A big supporter of President Trump and somewhat of a MAGA spokesperson for the young people across America, he publicly promoted conservatism, Trump-aligned causes, and often debated with people opposed to his views. By the way, I just thought of it randomly now. Nick Fuentes is never going to leave his house now, is he? I just about that.
He wasn't before. It's like the Mitch Hedberg. Like, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. It's Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes is never leaving his house now. He's never leaving, because I don't know about you, but like, I don't get maybe I didn't see it. I think Charlie Kirk had strong opinions that a lot of people didn't agree with, but I don't really think he was as hateful as somebody like a Nick Fuentes was. So if that could happen to Charlie Kirk, imagine what imagine what may happen to Nick Fuentes. So if I was him, don't leave your house, brother. Don't leave your house. Please don't leave your house.
I'll actually take the under on that. I think that Charlie Kirk, because look, Ben Shapiro is supposed to be what older conservatives think that young people like. You guys love this stuff, right? I think that Charlie Kirk actually was that, because he was dude was a Christian nationalist. He had to adopt the trappings of being a little bit classier and less vulgar than a kick streamer. I don't think that necessarily means that the views are that much worse. And if you look back on his record, I think that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, for sure. Let me quickly get this up on here. Asad Aziz, I thought it was a Creative Ocean spray commercial. Oh, is that a joke about the assassination?
Yes, it was.
Okay, big up Asad Aziz. Another one here. Kirk loved the people of Angola, especially immigrants. Yeah, for sure. Kirk and his interracial relationship. He was well known for that, wasn't he? He was well known for the interracial relationship. Big up Asad Aziz, and big up Daniel also. Karma, bro. I don't know, man. I think I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I think maybe it depends how you've grown up in it, but because I've seen some pretty wild shit, I'm just not the biggest fan of violence, because when you go down that route, there is no end, because if one person feels slight, if the other side feels like they've been wronged or slighted, they want to get revenge, and then it's just like it ends up being a never-ending tennis match. And obviously, when it comes to political violence, we know, vis-a-vis history, that shit gets dark very quickly, and the violence ramps up. So even if you're left-leaning and you want to fan of the guy, I think, making light of the death or celebrating it, you don't have to send condolences if you don't like the guy, fair enough. But making light of it, making jokes about it, celebrating it, I think is just poor. And if anything, it's only going to ramp up whatever violence is, because whoever's suffering now, who's maybe a Charlie Kirk fan, they're gonna be really happy when it kind of switches the other way around and ends up being somebody on the left that ends up kind of, succumbing or dying by the same way. I'm just not a fan of it. I think if you don't like the guy, you don't have to send condolences. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in those empty thoughts and prayers and shit. If you don't like him, just keep it quiet, keep it moving. But dancing on the man's grave and shit, like, I don't know, man. I'm not really with it, especially after I saw a picture of him and his wife, and like he's saying what he's saying online, but those kids are gonna grow up without a dad. That woman's gonna be without a husband. Like, I'm not really for that shit. I'm not really for it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's no place for violence in a polite society. And I'm not saying everybody do a touchdown dance. But again, but Charlie Kirk was a big Bible guy. I'm a big Bible guy, right? And Jesus says, put your sword back in its place, for all who draw the sword will die by the sword. Charlie Kirk, after a mass shooting, said that gun deaths are a prudent deal to keep the Second Amendment. But wait, let me not misquote the dead, right? I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. Now, I'm a Second Amendment guy, so like it's not completely lost on me. But again, you have this story from, I think it was last year. It was a Jewish guy in Florida shot 2 Israelis because he thought that they were Palestinians.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like, okay, and now from 2023, I believe that you can conceal carry, do whatever in Florida. It doesn't matter. Just say the shit that he advocated for leads to this. I'm not celebrating that. It's just,
unfortunately, you are right, because I have seen that I have seen the timeline that essentially the meme, live by the gun, die by the gun, because like the wild thing is, I read online that allegedly at all these talks he always wears a bulletproof vest, which may be the reason why the person aimed around the neck and head area, because he's always got some sort of bulletproof vest underneath what he's wearing. But I'm just thinking, if you have a bulletproof vest on, why wouldn't you also then have metal detectors at the place where you're? I know it's obviously a college campus, it's quite hard to kind of, but like it just seems, maybe it's a bit Monday morning quarterbacky, but it just seems a bit odd that somebody, especially considering what happened to Trump. Maybe if the Trump thing didn't happen, if the fairness secession of Trump didn't happen, cool. But just considering the ramping up of the craziness on both sides and just the world in general, I would have thought someone like him would have just made sure, like the basics, isn't it? If you're gonna bulletproof vest, fair enough. Security, allegedly he moved right. I think even the guy behind him, that was one of his security team and shit, so he always moved correctly that way. But I would have thought if you're going in public to do a signing, a debate, like just having basic metal detectors would have been, for everyone that comes through, like would have just been like a given. But I guess it's probably probably a lot harder to do than I actually think. Maybe logistics in terms of price, I'm not too sure, but I'm very surprised that there wasn't any. You know what I mean? But then again, on the flip side, just to end it, the shot allegedly came from 200 plus meters, which might have been outside the perimeter. So maybe the person
on
didn't
the
even
roof, I think.
they didn't even need to, it just is what it is. But yeah, you're right, man. It's just imagine like advocating for like, I read online, what was he? He was a big open carry guy, wasn't he? As well. It's brutal, man. Honestly, like the world has a brutal way of going about sending you a message. Two of my messages: big up Ryan Harty, Nick Fuentes is Carl Kalinski's. Is Carl Kalinski for Rogan for Kirk?
I got that.
Just did. Honestly, Nick Fuentes is never leaving his house. Like that guy, like he's never leaving his house, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him because Jesus Christ. And then yeah, and then last one here. I know it's tough, Daniel. I know it's tough to say karma, but he was awful. Yeah, again, no one's debating. Like all I'm saying, my point finally is like you can say karma or whatever. I'm just saying let's not dance on someone's grave. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to like the person, but dance on their grave is a bit weird, gross. But then to give me a little bit of a Bly, I'm also not that familiar with his rhetoric. I remember seeing clips of him on my timeline, but I didn't really pay much attention. So I'm not really too sure about how inflammatory he things have said. But based on what I've seen online and the response, because you can always gauge the response of how good or awful somebody was when they die. And there is a big portion of the timeline that's really happy he's dead, which kind of says what it needs to say in it. But it's you don't want to see anybody dying like that in those ways. His final moments gargling like that, sitting like, it's just awful, man. Fucking awful. Anyway, let's quickly continue. Born in Chicago in 1903, he was attracted to politics early, volunteering for the U.S. Senate campaign of Illinois Republican Mark Kirk, no relation. He was accused of critics of promoting falsehoods and conspiracy theories on issues including COVID, climate change, and 2020 election. Responding to the January 6, 2021 riots in Capitol Hill, he said it was not an insurrection, but rioters did not represent the mainstream of Trump's support. Is there would there, just thinking about it now, would there have ever been a scenario if he would have stayed alive that he would maybe have been a potential presidential candidate? What do you think?
I mean, look, anything is possible now that we're in it's a hack take, but we're in a post-truth world, and we have, I mean, the phenomenon, people act like somebody who is a TV guy becoming president existed only because of Donald, and it's like, okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
yeah,
Ronald Reagan was governor of California before that. So could have been, but I personally don't think so.
Because I did hear Tim Dillon hypothesize that maybe the Republicans are looking at pushing Marjorie Taylor Greene as a wild card to potentially run. It sounds insane because she's pretty insane and pretty dumb and pretty nuts, but stranger things have happened. If Marjorie Taylor Greene could be an option, he could have maybe been an option too. But maybe somebody maybe somebody thought of that too and tried to take it and basically took him off the fucking chessboard. Responding to the January 6, 2020 riots in the Capitol Hill, he said it was not an insurrection, but the rioters did not represent the mainstream Trump. A day before the riots, in support of what he believed to be a stolen election, he wrote on X he was organizing for buses of patriots to Washington to fight for the president. Hey, yeah. Given his following among young people across America, this could be the moment of political jeopardy for the country. Is this a spark that which brings people together, or divides people dangerously, or divide dangerously deeper? Come on, man. Of course, it's not going to bring anyone together. Sky News asking the questions no one wants to wonder. This is not bringing anyone together. This is gonna split the country even more. Unfortunately so. But yeah, Charlie Kirk, R.I.P. 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 R.I. fucking P. Another story that's fucking wild, right? This is allegedly an old story, right? But just look at this. Check this out. Check this out. I saw this on the timeline. Look at this. This was written on September 8th, 2025. Jezebel, we paid some Etsy witches to curse Charlie Kirk. Excuse me? Excuse me. Excusez-moi. So I guess juju's real then. For those of you out there that don't believe in fucking juju, don't believe in, the dark arts, as Theo would once say, I think this article is proof that the dark arts are somewhat legit because, oh my fucking God. Quickly read the article here. It says, the internet has ruined me in 1,000 ways, but one is the strangest gifts is that I can now buy a curse as easy as I can buy a phone charger. On the mythical website Etsy, you can find a spell for just about anything. Honestly, I didn't even know this is like, who even, whatever. You've anything, don't want it to rain on your wedding day? There's a spell for it. Want the man who cheated on you to develop an incurable rash or a premature balding? Etsy Coven has you covered. Or Coven. But the internet has its downgrades, has its downsides, sorry. Exhibit A, Charlie Kirk. Maybe it's his obsession with telling women what to do or his aggressively large head, but the far-right podcast's presence is more irritating than most. That's when I remembered there's Etsy. These days, witches cater to more than just personal grudges, and it's not uncommon for them to channel their energy towards thwarting Republicans. Are you interested in pushing Kirk for the years of aggressive rhetoric he's shouted at Americans' youth or anyone with an earshot? Here at Jezebel, we're about to find out if there's a spell for that. Like, who do you blame Jezebel for this, or do you blame Kirk for being an awful? But like, what is this? Like, what is this? Is this okay?
They added this afternoon they added some sort of like RIP statement to this article.
Get fucked, man. Get absolutely fucked. Like, excuse me. Okay, let's skip. I want to see what a bit. If you have a background, a cornerstone. Okay, let's see here. A cornerstone of Kirk's nightmare ideology is his insistence that since gaining more independence, Western women are more miserable than ever. He tells auditoriums full of young women that our freedom is flawed, not an achievement. He's obsessed with declining birth rates, idolizes 1950s, when women's only job was tending to the children and husbands. If we all abandon our careers and return to motherhood, we'd be happier, according to Kirk. Is all of that reasons to fucking put a spell on him? I don't think so, man. No, I get you don't agree with it, but like, God almighty, Jezebel. Throughout history, society has branded bold and assertive women as witches to silence them. Since Kirk has already assumed every liberal, college-educated woman is the feminist, which hell-bent on destroying civilization, even recently declaring that Jezebel's spirit has been infected the entire generation of young ladies. Shout out, we're reclaiming it. If Kirk wants a villain, I'm more than happy to be the hag of his nightmares. Fucking hell. As Brendan will say, I could be your Huckleberry. That's what Jezebel saying. They could be Kirk's Huckleberry. Fucking hell. Now, the ethics of cursing a stranger. Is it ethical to curse a man I've never met? Probably not. But is it unethical to let him keep talking? Yes. So here we are in the gray area. I want to make it clear. I'm not calling on dark forces to cause him harm. I just want him to wake up every morning with an what? Inexplicable zit. I want his podcast microphone to malfunction every time that he hits record. I want his blue blazers to suddenly all be one size too small. I want one of his socks to always be sliding down his foot. I want his thumb to grow too big to tweet, to ruin his day with the collective feminist power of the SCHAUB would be my life's greatest joy. Wow, man. Wow. It actually worked. It actually worked. They put a curse on the guy. So where's the update? I want to see the update. Let me scroll down to the after. Where's the update? Is there an update on this? You said there's an update, right?
I thought that it was at the top of the thing.
Is there an update? Let's see. Where?
Maybe
there we go. Yeah. Editor's note. This story was published on September 8th. Jezebel condemns the shooting of Charlie Kirk in the strongest possible terms. We do not endorse, encourage, or excuse political violence. Yeah, sure, Jezebel. whatever you fucking say. But yeah, there's the article. You can read it in full if you want to get hexed yourself. I'm not going to continue reading it because I don't want to get hexed. But if you do want to get hexed, check it out. Check it out. Actually, you know what? Can I put the link in there so you guys can check it out if you want to? I'll put the link in the chat. If you want to read it yourself, you can. Enjoy. Don't read it around, family and friends, I guess. Don't read it around your family and friends. And then I think what else I was going to talk to you about quickly is actually an update. Has there already been any update on this? I haven't actually checked. Let me go. I think there's a live BBC feed for it here. Let me just quickly share this. Share this tab. Boom. Add to stage. So what's happening here? Live reporting. What's happened so far? Latest is there's 3 people in attendance at the event. What do we learn from the authorities? Kirk was taken to hospital by his own private security. Yeah, so according to, I forgot, I listened to someone on Spaces, he travels quite deep in it with security. He has like a proper team of like people around him everywhere he goes. So this is it, will this look bad on them, or is this one of those things that you just can't stop?
I mean, the fact that they're reporting that the dude was on the roof, this is the second time that somebody has gotten popped, first time successfully since last year. So
yeah. I think I may actually have that clip somewhere. There we go. This one. This is the one, right? That they're saying that might be the person. Someone filmed taking a person. Let me actually put that on full screen. They're saying this might be the person that did it.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying.
Huh.
He just ran from over there, ran in.
So yeah, I don't know. Crazy situation all around. Let me quickly go back to the tab. Where's the BBC one? There you go. Share this tab instead. So Kirk was taken to hospital by his own security team. One person was arrested immediately after the shooting, but was released after officials determined he was not involved. That was the old man, right?
Yep.
That was the old man that went viral. Like, oh my God, man, so irresponsible, so reckless. That guy probably his family probably had so many death threats and shit. And they just like blasted him all over the place like he was a fucking shooter, and it wasn't. I wonder what he was screaming because he was bent down. Was he just praying loudly? What was he doing? He was almost like mumbling to himself. The officials in the briefing then contradicted each other over the suspected shooter was actually in custody. Governor Cox said they recently spoke to Patel. They said the suspect was in custody. CCTV captured the attacker, really. He was seen wearing all black, possibly shot from a roof on campus. Utah Governor Spence called the Americans to stop hating each other. Never going to happen. Chief of police from the university said that there was about 6 officers working on security in the event, and there's about 3,000 people in attendance. Yeah, 6 police officers for 3,000 people. Those odds don't look great, do they? There's no way you could stop a mass shoot a sniper from there, innit? It's like fucking hell. And I did hear from somebody on a Spaces that it's really easy. Like someone said, it's easy to shoot someone with a sniper rifle or something if you got like what's that thing called, a gauge or whatever scope. Yeah, it's not that difficult. Like you don't need that much training. Someone said, oh, you need not really. As long as you got good trigger control or whatever, and you breathe right. As long as you got that scope, it's pretty easy to kind of hit especially a target that's sitting down or something like that. So it could have been because somebody hypothesized it could be a sniper, army person. Was like, not really. Anybody with decent enough gun training or whatever could do it.
Yeah, if it's not too windy.
Yeah. Then it's whatever. Bloody hell. But one of the things that made me laugh about this whole thing was all the condolences, obviously, and people, trying to be as poignant as ever, use the opportunity as a chance to reflect and talk about some other stuff. Blah, blah, blah. One person who didn't miss an opportunity to make it all about themselves was the one another, right? Was the king of making everything about himself. Mr. Ethan Klein of H3H3 somehow found a way to make the assassination of Charlie Kirk all about himself. Absolutely crazy, right? Look at this way he posts on Instagram stories. I'm absolutely horrified by what happened to Charlie Kirk. This video is devastating. Anyone celebrating this should be deeply and forever shamed. I am scared for myself and my family. The second paragraph already, all about me. There has been constant he's writing more about himself than Charlie Kirk. Brilliant, right? There's been constant stream of death threats targeting me and others coming directly for Twitch TV. This is the inevitable result of Twitch's continued endorsement of radical violent voices.
I knew it was Twitch. Even when I thought it was the old guy, I knew it was Twitch.
Yo, Twitch is like that 50 Cent meme, innit? Like, what you say fuck me for? Twitch is like, what the fuck? Like, I know we fuck up, I know we're shit, but what the fuck did Twitch have to do with this? Like, excuse me? Twitch. I am not saying, I love this by the way. I'm not saying anyone on Twitch influenced this directly. You just said that.
I'm not saying that, but Mike from PA, anyone?
Honestly, we don't know anything yet, but this is the type of political violence that very specific people have been encouraging. Mike from PA has been broadcasting consistent threats of violence for years with zero accountability from Twitch. Twitch ensures this will continue to happen. I'm sorry to Charlie's family and wife and his 1-year-old son. Yeah, I'm sure you are. What a, like, how do you end up like this person? Like, how does your brain, like, what needs to happen in life for you to be like this? Like, I know he's a bit of a crybaby and he's dramatic and shit. And I know he's probably going through a tough time with all this, you know, with the Palestine situation and him trying to, you know, figure out where he leans. But like, how do you end up being like this? Like, how do you see a death of somebody like that? And again, you can celebrate if you want to, but how do you make it about yourself? Like, how?
He's the ultimate victim. It's unreal. Like, and this is a dude who he got a comment on Instagram saying, telling him and Hila to go to hell. And then he doxes this dude and his fan base calling bomb threats into his mom's school where she works. And this guy's going to talk about death threats. Are you kidding me, Ethan? And also, this dude he's considering leaving. He's leaving YouTube because of the anti-Semitism problem, and he's moving to KIRK. Hang out with Sneeko, Aiden Ross, and Nick. Like, again, the shit writes itself.
It's a real safe space for the Jews over there. That's what they say, KIRK, isn't it? Right? It's a real safe space.
Not like that no good YouTube.
Exactly. If you want to feel safe, as an Israeli, if you want to feel safe, you go to fucking KIRK. You don't go on YouTube. YouTube can't keep you safe. KIRK can. But yeah, what an incredible statement. I saw that. I was like, no way is that real. I had to go on Instagram myself and check. I was like, right, is this actually real? He actually said this. Like, what a crazy fucking, like, if ever there was a person that personified being forever a victim, this is it. He, like, I thought people like DSP and Wings and stuff, but like, and the thing that kind of annoys you about Ethan as well is like, I get it if you're like I get it if you have like a victim complex, like a traditional locale, because they usually sometimes, or maybe in most cases, they usually get an outsized amount of hate for their purported crimes. There are some locales who definitely deserve it, but most of them probably get a little bit too much hate. Fair enough. So you can complain. It's never going to stop it, but you complain. But when you're like a bit of a edgy person, or you say what you feel, you don't mind being controversial and opinionated, you have to know like what comes with it. Like, but Ethan doesn't. Ethan seems, it's the kind of same thing that Hassan has. They have this inability to understand or to accept that some people will hate them for the things that they say. You can say what you want to say, but some people will hate you for it. They take any criticism of what they say as like a hate. It's like, no, I just disagreed with what you said. I think you're a fucking idiot, and I'm saying it. But it doesn't mean it's hate. It doesn't mean you want to kill them. It's such a bizarre way to frame things, and it almost makes it seem as if they're like saying without saying. They can never be criticized fairly. Any criticism is like somehow hate, it's somehow jealous. I don't get it personally. It really just fried my brain. I don't understand it.
If I told you that after eulogizing Charlie Kirk on today's H3, he went right into an old video of him doing blackface, would you believe me?
No way.
Hand to God. Can't make this shit up. But again, tell me more about Twitch. Tell me how Twitch is the big. Twitch is the great Satan.
So much for thoughts and prayers to Charlie Kirk's family, right? That's the way to honor him, isn't it? That's the really way to honor him.
It's what he would have wanted.
Jesus Christ. Somebody actually said that joke actually online about, oh, Charlie Kirk would have wanted us to keep our guns. It was like, oh my God, the internet is foul. Let me quickly get through some of these quick super chats. Big up Raven on the stream. So, let me hold on, what is that? Big up, who's this? Big up Ryan Harty, Nick Fuentes. Oh, we've had that read already. Big up Abe Martinez. So that's the face of NJ. Just got on RIP Charlie. Yep. That's a great and powerful NJ Ranger. Big up him. Sada Z says Dan Clancy was the shooter. They paid him in. And big up the Queen, Younger Vibes. Quick call, Papa, so he can make sense of this. He's gonna tell us honestly. Imagine if Brendan, the next TFATK, says somebody told him, like he's got a friend, a boy, somebody told him. Imagine if that happens. Please let that. I want it to happen so badly. But yeah, and also big up Shades Cow too. Thank you for the gifted sub. Big up Shades Cow. Whoever gets that gifted sub, big up you. Let me go back to the live chat so I can put up some of these things as well. I like how right wingers want gun control, but just for the Democrats. Yep. What else? Someone says here, does anyone else think that this is happening in Utah as wild? It seems like it would be a very safe haven for his BS talking points. I don't get that. What's the significance of Utah and his talking points?
Utah is a very conservative, very trad state.
Oh, really?
Big time.
Shit.
It's the heart of Mormonism.
So it wasn't even like he went to like I don't know, like Portland or something.
No, it literally the opposite.
Wow.
Maybe not to the most, because again, in Mormonism, there's like a big community element. So it's not as much of the pull yourself up by your bootstraps thing, but it's up there in the more conservative people.
So this is pretty, like Black Americans said, this is pretty insane. This happened in Utah, isn't it? Fuck, man. Okay. So he would have probably felt safer there than he would have felt if he went to fucking, I don't know, LA or something, or New York, right?
Sure.
God almighty. All right. Okay. So Ontento says, no, not gonna lie, bro, I'm ready for some TFATK. I don't even like that. Okay, cool. Let's get into some TFATK then. Let's get into some TFATK. Okay, cool. So, what we're gonna do? The first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna, if I can try and get a video up on here. Hopefully, this works. Bear me a second. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. There we go. Let's play this one. So we're gonna play a video, where essentially, I think I might play this on the last stream, but we'll just go over it again. Regarding Bryan Callen essentially kind of making excuses for the way Rogan talked to him. So from what I can interpret just by reading between the lines, it feels like to me a bunch of Callen's friends, like real family and friends, saw that clip and were really angry, pissed off, annoyed, concerned, and reached out to him and said, hey, are you all good? And I think he's now having to like explain to everybody. So he's trying to make sense of it. So I think this is probably worse because his real furry friends have kind of spoken about it. But I guess the question is like, is he convincing himself? Is he convincing others? Does he probably not see it as rude or anything the way Rogan spoke to him? I don't really know, but play the clip anyway. Latest episode of TFATK, where he tries to essentially excuse Rogan from any type of blame or whatever for how he spoke to him on the show and told him to shut the fuck up and all that malarkey. Let's play the clip.
I want to start this podcast by saying I'm sitting like this because I pulled a little muscle in my backy wacky. Why? Because I shot a single.
Power bottom? You're a power bottom?
My single. I shot a single today. Should have posted.
Are you referring to wrestling?
Sorry. I wrestle at 58, and then I boxed after that. Now, here's the thing. I rode the Aerodyne bike. I didn't do enough warm up. You just can't warm up for 5 minutes and then jump in there.
At your age, there's not enough.
You can't warm up for 5 minutes. I have to warm up for 20 minutes. And that's the way it goes.
But I don't get it. Your shirt says
strong. Mark Bell's company. Strong. He sent me this. And Mark Bell has
sent me one of those. If you want actual representation, right?
Yeah.
If you want actual representation.
I'm pretty strong, buddy. I'm pretty strong when it comes to my opinions. I have strong opinions. And strong opinions
on vaccines.
On vaccines. Did you have fun on the bike companion?
Dude, I'm such a
You brought it up and you were like this. No.
I brought it up. I always look at Jamie and I look directly in the camera and go.
Rogan and I, what people don't know is Rogan and I have known each other 30 years and we'll get down.
I was going to clear it up. So
don't know
if you and I don't talk to each other like that,
no.
Rogan, that's Rogan's language. So when you'll see Rogan say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Now, if I ever, I don't think I've ever told you that.
No.
I don't think you've ever told me that.
No.
Because you and me don't communicate like that.
No, but Joe does.
So he always has.
But I've known him 30 years, so I know.
But Joe will say, shut the fuck. If I'm like, he'll say, the best pizza in town is this place. Right. I go, I know it's Austin Slice, like Slice of Austin, the best pizza. He goes, oh, shut the fuck up.
Right.
That's how he talks and doesn't bother me. If you and I are on this podcast and I ever go, shut the fuck up, I'm dead serious and we're close to fighting.
Oh, we're going.
That's the difference between me.
We're going nose to nose. Yeah. It's crazy.
So when Rogan goes, shut the fuck up, I think a lot of people are like, oh God, Rogan's so bad.
I know him so well, and I know that.
Where do you have to, like, is this just because we don't have like billionaire friends that we don't understand how this works? But surely there's just a base level of common decency that would ensure that you just treat each other with respect and don't talk shit. Like you can get passionate about whatever, but the way Rogan was talking to Callen, he was talking to him like he didn't know him, like some stranger off the street, like really intimidating, threatening, like just unnecessarily aggressive, really cunty. And now here he is sitting here basically trying to excuse him. Like, oh no, it's okay. That's how he talks anyway. It's like, so you let Rogan talk to you like shit, but if Brendan did it, you'd have to fight him.
Yeah, you know what I like? He starts off the clip talking about, I'm 58 years old and I do boxing, I do wrestling. And now I'm going to, after the rare moment where I have a fucking spine on camera, standing on some real shit, I'm going to walk all of that back. So, but while I'm, again, emasculating myself in front of the internet, remember that I do physical stuff, so it's not that bad. And also, what is, does it look like there's wear on where his balls are? And also, put some fucking shoes on, bro.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know if that's his balls rubbing together as he walks, or I don't know what's going on there. Maybe maybe he lives in Austin now, so maybe he rides horses, so it's that chafing from being on the saddle too often. I don't really know. Maybe it's all those, maybe it's all those allegations. You never know as well, right? There's something going on there, but yeah, I don't know. Like, you want to give the guy respect, like you said, for like standing up to Rogan, pushing back. That was really good to see. It was good to see from the aspect of him pushing back. It was also kind of sad to see of how easily Rogan was rattled by somebody simply saying, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Essentially, that was Callen's argument. I don't think you know what you're talking about because you're not an expert. And it shook Rogan to his core, like to the point where he was like cussing him out, talking to him about his mother's pussy. Like, Jesus Christ, Rogan, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But they did explain, I think that little tete-a-tete, that little argument, for me, was a clear indication, or it kind of showed us why he doesn't get on people that he opposed with. Like, he just can't handle it. It's less of a case of it's probably less of a case of like him not liking the person, but just as if like he gets very volatile. He can't just have like a, like a back and forth, a debate with somebody. He can't do it.
And again, this is a guy that talks about the marketplace of ideas, right? And further to the whole take that like, oh, we just talk. That's how Rogan talks. We talk like, again, I'm from North Jersey. Like, again, unless you are a zillion-year-old Italian or Hispanic lady, like, people curse. Friends more so. Okay, one thing is that,
Mm.
and another thing is the kind of vitriol that we saw in this motherfucker's. Like, he was ready to throw hands. Look out! Why? Why? Because he doesn't proclaim you as the world's leading virologist, Rogan. You fucking hack.
And in the end, he said, "What? His kids are vaccinated anyway. So why are you like? Why are you dying on this hill? Why are you ready to fight your best friend of 30 years? Like, your kids, like, who are you arguing for then? Like, what is this imaginary straw man that it just boggled the mind. But to be fair, I'm not surprised by this like walk back and cope from Bryan, because one thing about Bryan and one thing about these guys in particular, Brendan and Bryan, they know where their bread is buttered. They know who's made their career. They know who's responsible for them living in big houses and going on vacations and driving fancy cars. They know it's Rogan. So I kind of respect the willingness to kind of like, you know, do whatever it takes, whether it means like publicly embarrassing yourself, bending over and taking it with no fucking lube. I admire that, because they're like, hey, we know where our bread is buttered. I know that, because I'm sure Bryan saw the internet like cheering him on. He's like, no, I'm not gonna acknowledge that. I'm going to kind of admit I'm in the wrong to quell the fucking dissenting voices. I'm on Team Rogan's side. It's okay. He could talk to me like shit because it's Rogan. It's like, what a bizarre way to frame things, man. Honestly, really sad. I wasn't disappointing, really sad, because he's a grown-ass man, you know. But hey, what can you do? Let me quickly read out these super chats on here. Who's saying here? Dan Cash was a shooter. Okay, we got that. Yep. Big up KC. I'm ready for Papa surface level deep dives. Fair play. Big up Salaziz. Yeah, he abuses me, but that's his love language. Big up Salaziz. You don't talk to your father. Yeah, so true. Weirdly enough, I've heard that many a times back in the day when I was living at home. I heard that many a times. But yeah, okay, cool. Let's get that off the screen, and I want to get another thing. Actually, can we do the same thing with because I haven't hosted this one. Can we do the same thing with videos?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. Bear with me 1 second on me. Let me get my hard drive popped in. Bear with me 1 second here. Let me get the Lacy locked in. Got an external hard drive with all the memory in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me quickly go through the chat while it loads up on here. Bish, bosh. It's not personal. Cool. I do show wars. Who else is on here? Big up Gamebred Footballer. Big up Homeless Cat. Yeah, it was all for Patreon. By the way, have you seen Unique's latest video regarding that? Like, they're already running out of ideas. They're asking the fans to send them news stuff to they can react to. It's like, I don't think that's how Patreon works. You don't tell people to send you stuff. You post stuff on there, and then people want to check it out. But you don't
pay me to you then me content.
Insane. I just don't understand why they don't just do. Well, I know why they don't, because they're lazy, but they should just do an extra show. Just do an extra show. It's not that difficult. Just do one extra show a week, and that's it. Put it out.
Just swap it out.
Yeah, it's just that's the best you can do anyway. But this whole behind the scenes seeing Bryan wrestling and okay, cool, man. Both would lick Joe's tip if it came down to it. Yep, for sure.
1,000%.
For sure. I think the tip lickers will definitely be, I think less so Bert. Bert's less so because I think he's been getting abused by Rogan a lot. I think I'd say Tony Hinchcliffe is definitely one of them, the tip lickers. And I think Joe DeRosa too. That goes under the radar, but Joe DeRosa's recent appearance on Rogan was like nauseating, the way he was licking Joe Rogan's ass. So those guys are definitely the ones for sure. It's probably good. It's probably because Joe's wife fought him over this and he ended up scumbing. Yep, probably. I like his hair. I want to touch it. I don't know if it's talking about me here. And that's it. Cool. Let me wait. Oh yeah, my Lacy drive is up now. So we can watch videos on this, right? Let me just click this. Okay, cool. So I want to watch this one. Let me get it loaded on my VLC. Bear me 1 second here as it loads. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, is it loaded? Come on, you cunt. Okay, cool. We got it. Are you here? Whoop. Sorry about that. So I can add that, right? So how do I add that? I just press.
You present and then find the window.
Oh, it's just present and find the window. That's all it is. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's stop this screen. Let's add a new one. Share screen. Let's see where it is. Oh, the VSC is not on there. Oh no, window. There we go. Window. Oh wow, this works brilliantly. Fucking hell. Big up fucking StreamYard. I see why you motherfuckers use StreamYard, yeah. It's actually easier than fucking what's it called? I think it's easier than fucking OBS, isn't it? It's so much easier.
Imagine if you're a 60-something-year-old guy like KB or Stuttering John. Yeah. This is like you're in the information superhighway.
This is like a scene out of those, like, you know, those early 2000s movies that got the hackers in it.
I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, cool. So this one I titled Bryan Callen walks back pro-vaccine stance on Rogan as well. So listen to this. Listen to this walking back of the pro-vaccine take. Again, disappointing but not surprising. Let's play this one. Can you hear that, right? Can you hear that?
Too low.
Too low.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I got it super high. Look, it's on like, okay, let me go here. Let me do it to 200. It's really high on my end. Can you hear that?
I can barely hear it.
Oh, actually, I think I might have to, I think I might have to do this. I may have to do this. I may have to go here. Maybe this would work. No, that's not going to work, is it? The external. Let's see if this works. Can you hear this?
Now I can't hear it at all.
You can't hear it at all? External method. Hold on, bear me a second here. For some reason that is not working. I don't really know why. Okay, cool. Let me take off the screen 1 second. Actually, no, I'm going to do. This is what I should have done. I should just upload them all into fucking YouTube. What am I doing? And then we can play it through there. Bear me 1 second. I'll just do it in the background whilst we're doing this. Boom. Upload. Let me get them all on here and then we can just go through them that way. Bish bash bosh. Okay, cool. I'll just let that upload in the background, and when that's done, we can just go through it that way because I don't think it's going to work with this way. But at least I'm aware that Windows working. Cool. Let me get rid of this. Stop that screen. And let's bada bing, bada boom. Move on a little bit, and let's do actually video courtesy of what's his fucking name? Where is he? VOIDZILLA. Let's do what new VOIDZILLA just dropped regarding the Jeffrey Epstein. Right? Let's do that. Let's react to that one. So we get that on screen while the other videos load. So share screen in there. Epstein's birthday book. There we go. Big up him. Add to stage. Boom. Let's go. Epstein book. Epstein book talk. Epstein book talk.
Today, the Jeffrey Epstein birthday book got released. 238 pages of letters to Jeffrey Epstein. Most of them are about sex. If you remember, we extensively covered the Wall Street Journal scoop that Jeffrey Epstein's friends put together letters commissioned by Ghislaine Maxwell, and one of those letters included Donald Trump, although they also included Alan Dershowitz, Lex Wexner, Bill Clinton, Leon Black. Now, in response, Trump sued the Wall Street Journal over $10 billion, which also means he sued Rupert Murdoch, the guy who runs Fox News, the New York Post, Sky News. And this is all because Donald Trump denied everything and said, I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words. Here's his official response. He sued them, of course. And then, of course, we found out that he does draw pictures, turns out, and signs his name on them. But the really important update was that the New York Times corroborated that Trump's name was on the Epstein birthday book, and specifically the Epstein estate had it in their possession, and we're going to turn it over. And today, that's exactly what happened, or the House committee released it to the public. Now, I want to be clear, although a lot of talk today is going to be spent on this drawing, it's far from the only one. Really, the reason this is such a big story is the blatant denial by the president, saying just it never happened, which is the weird thing, because of course he was friends with Epstein and Ghislaine. Everybody admits that, including Trump. It's just the letter itself. He's saying, no way it happened. That's not me. I don't do it. So that's the reason there's a lot of focus on the president. But let's be clear, this book is about a lot more than just the president. There's a lot of powerful people implicated in this. This is the start of it. You see, it's a leather-bound book written by Ghislaine Maxwell. There are redactions to third parties. Some of the friends mentioned.
By the way, just quick note. Do you blame Trump for just flat out denying? Like, you wouldn't admit this, would you? Let's be fair. You'd have to deny, even when presented with like evidence and like handwriting analysis. That you can't admit this, can you? Really?
I mean, it's not as funny of a denial as after Tony bombed at MSG. That was like that soothed my soul. I don't know him. I don't want to know him. And I'm not going to know him. Like, for Tony being such an avowed ball washer, and then your guy completely disavowed. Like, there have been Black Ops guys who have been less disavowed than Tony. You love to see it.
You know why as well, like you said, him being a ball washer, you know that hurt him. You know that fucking hurt. That hurt more than whatever hate he was getting online or whatever canceling. Having Trump come out and just flat out didn't like just pretend like he doesn't exist. He doesn't like. Oh my god, man. Oh my fucking god. When I could even believe a scenario where he's the one that personally approved of Tony Hinchcliffe, and I'm a big fan. He probably sent him loads of fucking, complimentary notes and shook his hand, spoke to him a couple of minutes, and then suddenly, as soon as it goes tits up, he's like, I don't know him. Don't want to know.
He's not good. He's not good. Tony Hinchcliffe, he's a hack, folks, right? Am I right?
Amazing.
Mentioned is Ron Altbach, Leon Black, Jean-Luc Brunel, Bill Clinton, Alan Dershowitz, Bill Elkis, Brian Frennan, Nick Leese, Peter Mandelson, George.
By the way, hey, people in the stream chat, no black people. Not a single black person. Okay,
other than Bill Clinton, you mean?
Yeah. Exactly. We're a lot of things as blacks, but none of kid diddling is not usually our gag, so
George Mitchell, Nathan Myhrvold, and the list goes on and on, notably also Leslie Wexner, Donald Trump. And this is all available online. Like, there's no denying that this exists. You can see it has a bunch of never before released pictures of Epstein, his family, things like that. There are redactions of certain women in the pictures in compromising positions, but otherwise mostly unredacted. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with how much we got of the famous birthday book. And it is full of revelations. I think the most obvious one is that all of Jeffrey's friends, or most of them, were aware of his interests. They talked extensively about how much he loves the ladies, the young ladies. But there's also...
It's so interesting how there's no mention of like his financial prowess, right? Nobody's saying, "Oh my God, thank you for making me $1 million on that deal." You know that thing? Oh, like his job was allegedly to be some sort of finance guy? It's like, yeah, right, yeah, fucking right. No one mentions that in that fucking book.
Weird. That should be a core. That should be a core part of him. But meanwhile, if you look again, according to this birthday book, his primary job is as a coos hound. So that's a little weird.
And if you know anything about, writing notes in your friends' cards, usually you write notes that are kind of relating to their personality. Like, you don't usually, like if you're, whatever. So like, I think the notes in the card basically prove without a reasonable doubt that he was exactly who we thought he was.
An interesting mention of his Vanity Fair profile. This is from Leon Black, where he calls him a Vanity Fair poster child. And that is soon followed by Alan Dershowitz's alleged letter, where he says, "Dear Jeffrey, as a birthday gift to you, I managed to obtain an early version of the Vanity Unfair article. I talked them into changing the focus from you to Bill Clinton, as you will see in the enclosed excerpt. Happy birthday and best regards. What makes this so interesting is what he's referring to, I believe, is a 2003 profile on Jeffrey Epstein. The article is called The Talented Mr. Epstein by Vicky Ward, and it's sort of become famous for the fact that now there's been this meta commentary about how Vicky Ward had early allegations of abuse by Epstein and was not able to run them. She accuses the paper of not running them. There's some dispute over this. Vicky Ward basically says she had 2 women who presented allegations. By early December, weeks before the article closed, in mid-December, she was discussing the farmers with fact checkers, and they were looking for photos. Ultimately, the editor said he didn't trust her. He didn't want to run those allegations. But now that we have this backstory, I mean, that's all things that have been public for a long time. That has been a big question. Why was this article killed? Well, now we have in this book a discussion of this killed article. And by the way, when you look at what Alan,
they were just moving with impunity, innit? You're talking like the paper trail is insane.
Constitutional scholar Alan Dershowitz, who I want the audience to know. Alan Dershowitz kept his underpants on the whole time on the Lolita Express. I cannot stress this enough. He kept his underpants on. Okay, so
absolutely insane. Talking about underpants, what's happened with Rudy Giuliani? Is he all right? Did he have a car crash? Something happened to him, right?
Yeah, he was apparently being a good Samaritan. He's wearing, I've never seen this before. He's wearing like a chin neck brace, but it's also on the chest for some reason.
He's Teflon, isn't it? He's Teflon.
And Dershowitz is saying they changed the focus from you to Bill Clinton. We do see that Bill Clinton shows up in this article. So the timeline really does match up. Over and over, his friends seem to be joking about an article where allegations almost ran about Jeffrey Epstein and ultimately did not. Most of them seem to be very well aware he likes the ladies, he likes them young. So I hope this finally puts to bed the lone trafficker theory that everyone was going to him for tax advice. But of course, we also need to talk about Donald Trump's letter. And unfortunately, this is where the response gets a lot more polarizing. Depending on where you sit on the aisle, people have been having all sorts of reactions to this, with a lot of people saying, okay, well, then case closed. He wrote it, right? Like, obviously, he was friends with the guy. Everybody else in there aren't there denying writing these letters. He wrote it. His signature's on here. But the official press secretary at the White House said that, once again, it is false. They're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, saying, as I've said, all.
You got to rate that, man. You got to rate that. You got to rate it, man. I always mention, I think part of me, because it's like deep down, I'm a big old scaredy cat pussy boy, but part of me wishes I could like lie like this, you know, just like, no, didn't happen. Oh yes, it did. What evidence? DNA. It didn't happen. It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. Just until the end, because nowadays I feel like you create your own reality. You know, you create your own. Simulacrum. Yeah, exactly. This is what you do. So the more you say it, the more it becomes reality. I swear to God.
It's and actually this response reminds me of the lib influencers response to the Taylor Lorenz Wired article, that they're saying that the article that exposed their asses, actually this proves that I didn't. Well, no, this not only does it not prove that you didn't, it proves that you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a wild spin.
Or just the fact, I think Pacman's like, oh yeah, this is not, or I don't know, it's the other guy. This is not true. And it's like, okay, tell us how it's not true. Show evidence.
Nah.
No, it's just not true. Okay, cool.
Nah, not true.
You know who you sound like? You sound like Trump.
Yeah, and Pacman is threatening to sue Taylor Lorenz for libel. David Pacman, I remember seeing on your channel the million times that Donald threatened to sue or did sue the media. This is an affront to the Fourth Estate. But now when it's your narrow ass sucking down that, again, money that was supposed to be, it's an incubator for creators. David Pakman, you got 3 million plus subs, big dog. Do you really need that 8K a month to learn how to make a thumbnail? I don't think so.
That's the bit that I got away from the story that was the surprise. Like, I don't even blame the smaller channels trying to come up, because, you know, it gives you, like, I'm assuming that money and that kind of network. It's almost like signing up to like what were those channel, those MCMs, what they used to exist back in the day. It almost kind of sounds like that sort of thing. So I understand if you're like a smaller influencer, smaller content creator trying to get your name out there. I kind of get, like, you know, going down that route. But like the big players, like the people like the David Patmans and stuff, it's like, Jesus, like you said, like, don't you make enough money? Like, what the fuck are you doing? But I guess there is a particular breed of person out there who just, you know, maybe like similar to these fucking comedians, like they just can never turn down a bag. If you offer them money, no matter how morally, you know, questionable whatever it is they have to do, they're gonna do it. Like there's not a thing that they will turn down if you offer them the right amount of money. And some of them, it's not even that much. Like you said, it's for David Pakman, does $8,000 a month really make a difference? I don't think it does, mate. Does it really make a big difference, like $8,000 a month to his lifestyle? I wouldn't think so.
I mean, look, this dude has shilled crypto in the past. This guy has literally a revolving door of sponsors. You can't watch damn near can't watch 2 Pakman videos in a row and it's the same sponsor at the end.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Of course,
along, it's very clear President Trump did not draw this picture. He did not sign it. Trump's legal team will continue to aggressively pursue litigation. And then you have this guy who's the deputy White House chief of staff saying, time for News Corp to open that checkbook. It's not his signature. Defamation. And then they screenshot some photos of Donald Trump signing his name and saying, look, it's not the same signature. And you know what? That's pretty true. It's not the same signature. We'll get to that, because at the same time that was getting released, they were denying, oh, look at these signatures that are different. We also had the New York Times and Wall Street Journal also put out signature comparisons with some different signature choices that look very similar. This is the official Epstein one right here. Here's a letter to Bill Gates. Here's a letter to New York City officials, Rudy Giuliani.
Again, I'm no handwriting expert. I really am no handwriting expert. I'm not an expert in many things, actually, but just, you know, from my kind of perspective, they all look the same, don't they?
Yeah, and okay, and also the signatures that they're using of him as president, are him signing Donald Trump. These and the Jeff Epp letter are him signing Donald with that long tail on the D. It's like, okay, how fucking stupid do you think people are? I mean, they are, but like,
it's fucking crazy, but it really is.
Rudy Giuliani. Here's another New York City official. And then we also have letters to Conway, to Clinton. And you have this kind of textbook long trail, a very tight vertical signature. I mean, to me, that's pretty compelling. Unless we're arguing for a professional forgery job here, which I don't think has even been alleged. Like, this is nearly identical, all these signatures. Like, I would believe that is all within the realm of the regular differences in a signature, right? It's not some completely different signature we've never seen before. But it didn't take long for people to take up what the White House's official statement is saying, because influencers have now run with it, saying, does the below look like the actual signature from the president? I don't think so at all. Fake. Showing once again that, yes, the president has at various times signed signatures differently, of course. I don't think anyone disputes that. And sure, you can find some signatures that look different. Here's Eric Daughtery saying, the Wall Street Journal has just published that letter Trump sent to Epstein. It's not even his signature. Defamation, pay up. This guy says Trump is going to bankrupt Wall Street Journal. Benny Johnson says time to sue them into oblivion, which again is crazy because the guy they're talking about, they're suing, is also like one of their biggest allies.
I love the threat to sue, but not actually suing. I love that move. I love the threat to sue, but not actually suing. It's, you know,
again, literally Pakman doing the same shit as his arch nemesis, the evil orange man. And also Benny Johnson chiming in on this. Benny Johnson, you remember when you were saying that, oh, I'm on like militarytimes.com and they have ads for the world's largest gay cruise, and it was Google AdSense ads. I would be like, Zip. Just
exactly.
zip.
Just please keep it quiet for now. Please keep it quiet.
Guys, Rupert Murdoch, the guy who runs Fox News. I mean, it's definitely infighting at best. Now, of course, we got to read the message again now that we actually have it in its full context. We have voiceover, must be more to life than having everything. Yes, there is. I won't tell you what it is, nor will I. Since I know what it is, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Yes, we do come to think of it. We all know this. And then the famous line, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. So, look, there's also an analysis put together by the Wall Street Journal, the people who originally reported this. I think that's worth going over. They decided to look at various times that Donald Trump has expressed similar writing. For example, they talk about Trump talking in the third person. They say, look, here's video clips of him talking about himself in the third person. It's
incredible, 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 the evidence. He's still going to be like, it wasn't me. You know, just deny it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think actually it was Biden. I saw him. He was practicing. He was writing my name, folks.
It was Obama. Barack Hussein.
For him to do that. There's also word choices of enigma. They point out that he's used enigma multiple times in books. We've also covered him saying it in video. Then there's also a wonderful thing. A pal is a wonderful thing. That's the line. Well, has he said that before? Yes,
of course
he's definitely said that before. So all in all, the reporting seems solid to me. I mean, you can hold on to the copium here, but really you're arguing that the entire book is either all fake, which that's the first option, in which case, like, it may be the greatest forgery of all time, or you're saying specifically that it's just the Trump.
It's like an aged forgery, isn't it? It's like but like with credit card scams or like credit cards, you have to like age an account, you know, buy little things to make it look like it's like normal buying habit. So somebody aged this.
I was gonna say it's like when you're at least in the States, when you're in elementary school and you're covering like the American Revolution time, and they teach you how to use coffee or tea to stain a piece of paper to make it look like parchment. That's the kind of arts and crafts level that we're working on.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. One of the greatest forgeries of all time, by the way. Greatest forgeries of all time.
Nobody's seen anything like this.
I love it if he came out and said, some say it's a British forgery.
You ever see, there was a great documentary on it. You ever see, it's called Ocean's 12. Okay, folks, Ocean's 12.
Part that's a forgery, and every other part, the part where Bill Clinton's writing in, the part where all these other people we knew that were also associated with Epstein were writing in, you're saying all of that's real, but the part about Donald Trump is not, and that was a forgery inserted in. So it's a very strange argument, and because this was all a carefully bound book, the idea that it was just inserted in, it couldn't really have been. It was bound by a specific bookbinder. So, I think it's all credible. I mean, personally, I look at the facts. I look at what we know of the various people, how this all unfolded, the fact that it came from the estate we thought it would come from, the fact it included a variety of politicians, powerful people. It wasn't just singling out Trump, but Trump is the only one who has denied it. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the latest statement by our government. We all know the various stages of grief we've been through with this story. First,
that's a great t-shirt, by the way. Great fucking t-shirt. Great t-shirt.
There's a cover up, then they're going to release everything. Then there's nothing to release. Then it's a hoax. And now we have a new level of copium. We are descending into Davy Jones' locker level of copium. And here we have it. This is from Speaker Mike Johnson.
He is horrified. It's been misrepresented. He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down.
Wow. Donald Trump was an FBI informant, according to Speaker Mike Johnson.
The greatest CI of all time.
You gotta love this, because this is like after QAnon was like absorbed into the main thing, and then it kind of whatever. People didn't give a fuck about it as a fringe thing. This was the OG storyline that Donald, again, the government is full of corrupt elites and pedophiles. Again, you're not going to hear a disagreement from me on that score, but and the dude who's going to undo it is this guy. I remember there was a classic R.M. Brown where he was discussing this, and he's like, when Donald, Donald getting on the plane and thinking to himself, okay, first of all, I don't like what I'm seeing. I do not like what I'm seeing. I'm just going to have to go another 3, 4, 5 times just to make sure but meanwhile, okay, he's doing that as a joke. These motherfuckers are doing this unironically.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I don't know. I don't know. I still can't get past just the barefaced lying. It's just so good. I just can't. It's just so funny. It's so funny. Just like, because I guess now it's too late. Even if you wanted to confess, it's too late, right? Because too much. There's too many denials. It's gonna look crazy. So you literally have to die with a lie. But you know you're lying. Everyone else knows you're lying. It's this theater that everyone's doing. It's like it's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Johnson. So all of this birthday book stuff, all of this was actually, if you believe our government,
Can you pause it for
it was part of
the dude that said that, the Speaker of the House. This dude famously uses some sort of app called Covenant Eyes with his, I believe, 13 or maybe now 14-year-old son to be each other's porno accountability buddies.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Bring the
So
rapture,
I'm just
Lord
gonna
God, bring the rapture, man. Please bring it on. Oh my fucking God.
Yep.
Gooning accountability, right? Like what? Oh yeah.
an official plot to capture Jeffrey Epstein, the world's most notorious file. This whole photo. But now I guess we're so deep undercover we can't cop to it yet. We can't admit we have the entire government running cover for us with influencers telling people, oh, it's not his signature, even though
it is.
They're very clearly our signatures that look identical. So it's crazy. I just hope our glorious president can one day come out of his FBI informant role and tell us all how he took down the world's most notorious. I can't wait for that one. That big one. Maybe he can write us a letter about it.
Oh, honestly, I love it. I'm happy he's looking a bit more cheery, because there was a point where he was like, it looked like he wanted to end it all, you know, everything that was going on. He just couldn't believe it. It was like, yeah, man, scamming is now acceptable. Scamming is real. Scamming is encouraged, you know? Like, people have moved on very quickly past fucking, what's his face? Trump's fucking rug pull crypto thing. That was fucking hilarious. Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. I love this world we're living in at the moment. I fucking love it. Let me quickly get this super chat. Big up Sardaziz. A family that goons together moves together. Jesus fucking Christ. Probably could say a family that prays together, goons together, moves together. But you know, because I'm assuming that speaker's probably
yes,
you know,
that's exactly the rationale behind it.
Let's not even go. I'm not even going to go down that route, because I'm just going to get fucking angry. All right, so let's I think my YouTube videos have loaded, so let's quickly go. I want to get you up there on this one, right? So first of all, let's do this. Can we view it? Yeah, we can, right? Let's view this one. Let's view this one. This is about Chin. So you know that Chin's had a lot of issues in the past, you know, majority when it comes to fucking drinking and shit. And it seems like the guys have now decided that there's a regular segment they're going to do now, which I think is it's a little bit unfair in bad taste, because they're probably aware that everyone mocks them and shit. So I'm not too fond of it from their point of view. Obviously for us it's entertaining, but the fact that they're using, you know, there's like a Chin life update segment thing going on, it's a bit odd. But regardless, it's still funny to hear him speak about his life, because, you know, he's a grown-ass man and he seems to be, you know, not really getting it. But it's interesting because he's finally bought some furniture, and it does sound like he's living with a significant other. Maybe that's why, because my theory is he's probably only bought the furniture now because he's living with a girl. And, you know, girls don't really like to live in man caves, you know, they want to dress things up and shit. So I think that's where the furniture comes in. But he does give up a brief update about his life. And the interesting thing is he stopped drinking to an extent. He stopped drinking to an extent. Let's hear him speak about it.
What'd you do this weekend, Chin? Watch The Companion, jack off.
While watching The Companion.
Hey, dude. Hey, take it easy.
How weird would that be if I
We're on Patreon, baby.
not this one?
Yeah, they will see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We might fucking put this on there. We don't give a shit.
I put furniture together, like dresser drawers, just boring
it's
stuff.
taking you 6 years to get your house together.
Dude, they're always on back order.
Oh,
I barely got my headboard in this weekend and my dresser drawers.
You need that headboard, bro.
Hold on. Is that true? Someone's raised, like, is there GoFundMe for Charlie Kirk?
It usually happens after these.
He's like a multi-million. Why is it GoFundMe? That's insane. Like, is that bad? That should be bad, no? Is that poor taste?
No, he's asking why is there not one?
Hold on, why the hell is there not? Oh, sorry, I thought he said there is one. So I thought his family put out a GoFundMe. You're saying there isn't? Why isn't there one? Okay. God damn it! Thank God. I was like, what? Like a multi? But to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if it does come out. Someone probably try to run a scam on it or something.
I know, dude. What, you guys don't have headboards?
Well, because it's got to be strong when you're banging strange
You're hanging
dudes.
onto it, staring at the wall.
It's just nice when you, like, you know, you just lean on it, watch TV from bed.
Of course.
Sure.
And
Because a wall can't do that.
Jack off.
finish your 5th scotch.
Yeah.
No, I don't touch hard liquor.
No?
I told you this.
No, man,
Just
he's
wine.
weaning off. Just wine.
I don't even touch wine anymore.
What do you
What?
think? Beer?
I've tapered it all the way down to beers, and then now less percentage of beers.
Good for you,
Just
buddy.
hard
Good for you.
IPA.
That's his solution to beating alcoholism. Just keep instead of just doing what regular people do when maybe they've had a bit too much and want to have a break. You just go cold turkey. You just stop for a bit. In Chin's world, you start to. It's like an elimination diet. You take out the liquors, then maybe the other stuff. Then you start to take. I guess he's going down by percentage. So maybe he starts off with 10% alcohol. Then it's like, I don't know.
He's downshifting into beer.
Have you ever heard of this before? Have you ever heard of somebody?
No, and also he's acting like again, my shitverse peeps in the chat will know this. It's like, okay, what is Stuttering John's drink of choice? Oh yeah, it's Coors Light.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, so that switching to beer doesn't obviate having a problem with booze.
yeah, exactly. It's like I think someone put in the stream chat. It's like drinking Bud Light, isn't it? It's like saying, but drinking Bud Light, you're now off the hard stuff. I'm only on the Bud Light. but then how many Bud Lights are you getting through? You know, because those things are like water. So,
Yeah,
Good for you, though.
no, but
Good for you.
true. But I've tapered it down to
That's
even
good,
less
though.
hard.
Good for you.
Hey,
Chin.
Chin, I'm not. I think that's great.
Yeah, I had a plan, and I'm sticking
How
to
many
it.
beers are you having? Tell the truth.
Maybe a 6-pack a day.
Bro.
I love him. Because I think it's part of like his tism or whatever, where he just can't lie. Like, you know, he doesn't. I'm tapering off. So my immediate question when I hear that is, if that's tapering, what were you doing when you weren't tapering then?
100%.
Fucking hell, a 6-pack a day.
That's wild.
Most people have a couple drinks after a long. I don't know, like a 6. That's a lot of booze, no? To get through.
During school,
Yeah.
the little dive bar that we used to go to, they would have a special on buckets of beer, and I would always get Bud Light Platinum because that was the highest alcohol volume. I would polish.
How much is that? What's the percentage on that one? What was the percentage?
It's nothing compared to the UK, but it's like 6%, close to 6%. And that was when I was going hard. Like Chin doing that daily.
And like, I wonder if it's just because he can, like, I wonder if he actually enjoys it because it's because I get the feeling with Bert, obviously he for better or worse, he obviously enjoys drinking and he enjoys the social aspect of it, like being the center of attention, going out, taking his shirt off. But Chin doesn't really like have much of a social life anyway. Like really,
No.
he seems to be kind of a, you know, for lack of a better word, a recluse. So like, what are you drinking all those to like play guitar at home?
He's at home boozing. Yeah, 100%.
Just you're not even on stream to make it like fun. You know what I mean? You're not doing a fucking Cobra, whatever his name is, that guy that passed away, right? At least, you know, if you're gonna be a degenerate, at least go on live stream, you know, make use of it, you know, get some fucking shekels from it. But yeah, just sitting at home, like drinking a 6-pack a day it's and the insane part for me isn't that he's doing it. Do what the fuck you want. I'm a big believer in doing what the fuck you want. It's the fact that he recognizes he has a problem, and this is his way of like solving the problem. 6-pack.
This is a solution. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what? What a legend.
Okay.
What's wrong with that, man?
I'll go with
You're
that.
good,
I'll go with
Considering where I came from,
I know, dude.
What were you drinking? Do you think?
dude, I was drinking like crazy.
Did you think you could drink? I mean, 2 6-packs a day,
I could drink
a case,
way more than that.
a case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
but I wouldn't want the reason why
You were drinking a case of beer and you had
no, I
problem.
wasn't drinking.
Okay, but you could.
Yeah, if I had to.
And you wouldn't be fall down drunk. Your body metabolizes it something special.
Yeah, like big up Shades Cow. There was a time when my girlfriends and I realized we were consuming more calories from beer than with food. We went on diets. You know what I find? Like, I don't know if you're the same, but like, I remember like, I would now thinking back because I've never really been a big drinker anyway. I'm one of those weirdos that only drinks when I'm doing drugs or something. I'm not really like casually drinking or anything. But I remember the time that I used to buy like bottles and packs and stuff. It was when I was working like a dead end job, like a shitty, like whatever, retail, whatever it was. You just hate you just want to just black out when you go home and just wake up tomorrow and it's the next day. So it's to me is the interesting thing when it comes to Bert and Chin. They have like dream jobs and they're drinking like this. It's like, like that's where my brain doesn't work out because it's like I understand for like a guy working construction, a woman just doing cleaning somewhere. I understand when it's just like you want end of the day, you just want to like zone out. I completely get it. But somebody that, you know, you get to kind of choose your hours, you can leisurely start, you know what I mean? You earn pretty good money. Like, I wonder what place you have to be in to drink this much. Like, it's like, why? You don't have to, really. You can drink, you can even drink on the job if you want to, you know, like, and he's still doing a 6-pack a day. It's like, oof.
Oh, look, it's moments like that where you understand that it is a sickness. And at the same time, the less clinical explanation, these motherfuckers really fuck with drinking and being drunk.
I wonder if some of it is to do with like, you know, the Rogan thing where like he only started smoking weed in his like late 30s, early 40s. I wonder if it's the same thing with these type of guys. Maybe they didn't really ever have that period where they did booze or did drugs and stuff. And now that they have earning more money, they are. I'm not too sure because they seem to like, there seems to be a little bit of like of an adolescence like we all drink, but they seem to wear it as like a point of like pride. Oh yeah, I'm drinking. It's not that big of a deal, really. Like, why are you making it like that's the thing that teenagers do or young people do? It's like, yeah,
Yes.
but you guys are in your mid 30s, late 40s, like grown ass men, and you're like brag, like especially Rogan when it comes to the weed thing. Like,
I mean, in July, Steel Toe had his anniversary live, well, not a live show, but an anniversary thing for his fans or whatever. Flat Broke Gino and Keanu were there. Gino is 56 years old. Gino threw up on himself, and that was a fun thing for Keanu. It was for Keanu, that was a proof that they had a great time. It's like, bro, you're damn near twice my age, bro. You're a couple of years removed from twice my age, and you're throwing up on yourself with regularity.
I don't know. There like, but there is that. I don't know who they follow. Maybe it's a Howard Stern thing, but those type of guys, they're like, it's almost like they like to be. It's like maybe they look at drinking as like a renegade thing. Like, you know, I'm like what's that scene? Is that Jack Kerouac what's the one where the guy is like driving across America? What is that? Is that On the Road?
Yes.
I think like yeah, I think they have this like weird, like most even have it. They have this fantasy of like how they are in their heads, and it's like I don't know. And maybe drinking is part of it. Do you know what I mean? Like getting fucked up and like and bragging about it and stuff. It's just like I don't know. It's just a bit like it's just alcohol, man. It's not that deep, man. Enjoy it, but it's like it's not. How can that be your personality?
100%.
Like cracking drinks, like all the sipping. It's like okay, whatever. But yeah, let's quickly finish this.
Well, my health is not great. I'll say that much. So
his heart rate was like 3,000.
Yeah.
But he was inspired by Ricky Martin because Ricky came out and then he came out with his alcohol.
Same time, yeah.
That's true. You know, if you ever like had any sexual secrets, we would be there for you because we don't care.
I think you guys would be freaking stoked if I was gay. You guys would be so happy.
I would. I'd be finally like, oh, I knew it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be so
now,
happy
if
for
they
you.
found hands and a head in your closet, I'd
Then-
be like, Chin.
You know what? That'd be least surprising.
No, Chin's such a sweet human being. There's no way.
Well, you
Are Bappa and Rinks homeless?
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
It's amazing. I think they do that selected thing, innit? Where like if it's hate against you, you miss it, but if it's with somebody else, you read it. You definitely check that out. They're aware of all the memes, man, all the serial killer memes. But just imagine how the fucking Bappaverse, the Reddit would explode if you ever did see a news story breaking that had a Chin mugshot. And then it had like, you know, bodies found. Like, imagine how crazy it would be. Yo, I might finally be able to fucking have like an all year trip around to fucking Berlin or something off the back of that, man. I'll be fucking happy. Like, yeah. Bodies found. Oh, but yeah, Chin is a very interesting individual. A very, 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 very interesting individual. And personally, I don't even know why he even bothers with stopping the drinking thing. Like, it's obviously something that I wouldn't say enjoys, but it's a part of his identity and stuff. He doesn't really have much going for him that it seems that he enjoys. Just keep doing it. There's no point of getting shamed out of it. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. He seems to have the ability to handle a lot of it. You know, however it ends. Just ride it until the wheels fall off, man. Fuck it.
That's the Bert approach. I think that Chin was scared straight by. I mean, you heard him say that he's in shitty health.
Yeah,
and the dude's not overweight. So if you're in shitty health, and you're in shitty health at that weight,
yeah, that's gonna scare you a lot. Because he said his blood pressure's super high, wasn't it? Right? He's on blood pressure medication and shit. It's like God Almighty, Chin. God Almighty. Okay, and then last one I want to play from TFATK is this one. Brendan apologizes to Gordon Ryan. So I don't really know much about that guy. So when they were on Rogan, they were talking about, is he Moneyberg, right? That jiu-jitsu dude. He's some crypto guy who's infiltrated into the jiu-jitsu world, and he basically has Gordon Ryan as a coach, and he's famously went from being a novice to a black belt in like 3 years. And it's kind of divided the jiu-jitsu world because, you know, the belts are like sacred and shit. And most people are basically saying it's impossible for you to be black belt level in 3 years. So he essentially bought his belt, which makes sense, right? If you're having private lessons and you're paying for them all, you know, Gordon Ryan's going to be a little bit more, you know, lenient and kind of allow you to progress up the steps. But I think the argument that guy is having is like, he's doing it the right way. He's going to classes all the time. He's doing doubles. He's training all the time. He's passionate about it, but he just has money. He just happens to have money. It's like no different from Zuckerberg. But I find Brendan's position on it interesting because he, like, you know, he's not really that legit himself, you know, when it comes to jiu-jitsu and stuff. He recently got a black belt because, you know, his son wanted him to get one, and he just popped into the studio after not being there for many years and got given one. It's just surprising that he would be so like against that guy, but I guess it makes sense because he hates Zuck. Because he hates Zuck, he has to hate that guy. But yeah, he mentions here on the pod that he kind of apologized kind of to Gordon Ryan for his stance on the whole thing. So let me just quickly play this for you. There we go.
I even didn't apologize. I just had
No, it was good.
Well, no, we didn't apologize for that. That was fun.
Yeah.
But I didn't apologize. Just talked to Gordon after, and me and him were texting back and forth before this show on the whole MONEYBERG thing and the black belt thing. Like, I was like, hey man, I didn't mean to make this like rear its ugly head again. The internet's so toxic. Are we good? And he's like, dude, of course we're fine.
And by the way, yeah, all you were saying was that, 3 years for a black belt when you're not BJ Penn is a little bit quick. And that's allowed. You had some questions. Are we allowed to say?
It doesn't mean that MONEYBERG.
Are we allowed to say I got some questions?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that MONEYBERG got a bad guy.
I don't even know him. I have no idea who he is.
No.
I have no idea who he is.
Probably help him with his merch.
But when it comes to
29, Gino's 56.
When it comes to comedy, if I say this is funny, if we're doing a commercial, listen to me. I might have a point of view. When it comes to immunology, I'm going to listen to somebody who's actually studied that subject. I'm going to go with the experts. Now, that doesn't mean you blindly trust the medical establishment because they can get hijacked like they did.
Oh yeah, let's move off that. I can't. And Rogan's right when he was like, nobody wants to hear it. I'm telling you, nobody wants to hear it.
That's right. When it comes to the Epstein list, you might want to talk to me.
Yes, facts.
Maybe I got some information on
facts.
It. Okay.
And that was one thing, even when Rogan was like, there's a blue belt who came in. I went, well, in my experience, over 15 years at a high level, in my experience, that's never happened. But again, in his gym, it happened. So he's like, well, I've seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree with that.
Yeah.
And just off the back of that, right? Like, I think the reason why it surprised me was like, Brendan basically got a lot of his like start in careers and stuff because of like, someone looking out for him, giving him a little, holding their hand, pulling him up, pulling him through. So I think that's why it surprised me. It's like, why is he so against it? But I wonder if it's just like an insecurity thing, like being so, because if anything, what that guy's doing with jiu-jitsu is not that dissimilar to what Brendan did with stand-up and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like friends of the right people in the right place at the right time. You kind of get given a little, intro, arm around the shoulder. So it's surprising that he's not more understanding or whatever when it comes to that sort of stuff. He's very it seems like he's very against, like even the Zuckerberg criticism, he's super against it. It's like, what difference is that to what you've done? Jumping around, not staying in your lane type of thing. It's really strange how he seems to be very anti about those type of things.
Yeah, I think he protests too much, both because of his own kind of fugazi credentials in jiu-jitsu. And then I didn't even think of your point that this is vaguely the same scenario as him with stand-up. So I think that he is a little insecure about that.
Yeah, for sure. But that MONEYBERG guy is causing a lot of issues in the jiu-jitsu scene, it seems. Jiu-jitsu fucking scene. Okie dokie. And then I want to play actually a quick thing here from what's his face, Yeet, because I think there's an update I went to see about fucking what's his fucking name, one Ethan Klein, allegedly getting emotional as he gives a tribute to fucking Charlie Kirk. So let's put that up on here so you can see this. Here he goes. Let's see. Is he emotional or is he just like making it all about himself? Let's see. Big up Yeet. Big up Yeet. Let's go.
Thought it was horrific. This is not, and well, like I said at the time, and people on the left were even criticizing me. They go, oh, Ethan was talking bad about Luigi. How much has he changed? That was my point. He went out and murdered this guy, right? What changed? Not a single fucking thing changed. That's not how we enact change. And so
he's scared.
Got to make it about yourself. Got to make it about yourself. This guy who at the beginning of the Leftovers podcast would admit that he is a political novice. Now, since beefing with Hassan, he is suddenly like, move over, Noam Chomsky. There's a new kid in town. Unfucking real.
I wouldn't recommend watching the video, but for me, it
Oh no, Nate. No.
Please don't kill me, guys. Please.
It's terrifying.
I feel like it's such a terrifying moment for everybody.
Of course, she's like,
Oh yeah. That's who we
Fuck
need. We need
yeah.
Lady Macbeth to chime in.
I remember one time in Tel Aviv when we're using 7-year-old Palestinian kids at shooting practice, and I incorrectly shot
I
somebody.
went on a raid in a terrorist city, and remember when she had to take a little leave of absence from the show because she called the dude who, alongside Netanyahu, was charged with war crimes. He is really good guy.
Yeah. I love that she's actually got bodies on her, like legitimately. This woman has killed women and
She
children.
went on a night raid in a terrorist city, which, spoiler alert, it's Ramallah. It's just the capital of the West Bank. Not calling that a terrorist city is pretty fucked up. And because she was bored at her desk, you have a desk job in the IDF. She was bored, so let's go out for a spin.
Exactly. She's like, don't worry, I've taken many children. Exactly. Holy shit. Holy shit.
And to understand this is what we've come to, and I can't help but think about the poor wife,
kids.
This reminds me of. Do you remember when the Astro World tragedy happened and Travis Scott got and tried to like fake?
Oh, that was a classic.
That was so good, man. He couldn't give a single fuck. Actually, in one of the tapes, the Young Thug leaked tapes, he actually mentions that, like, how the and I was like, yeah, I was thinking, like, how the fuck did? Because I think he said like, oh, he's got a lot on his plate. He killed like 11 people. I was like, how the fuck did we move on so quickly from that? By the way, just like responsible for the death of 11 people by telling them to rage. Like, who wants to rage the most? And like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we've all been scared. Some of us have been looking into getting our concealed.
Who the fuck is that guy? Conor McGregor's fucking voice. Who the fuck?
Your wife's in me DMs.
People are violent.
License permit.
Yeah.
But seeing it like that definitely made it more realistic and very scary.
I've avoided watching the video, but I heard Ethan's reaction when he saw it. I was like,
oh my god, oh my god.
And by the way, that's what made it real. Not, again, for the past, I don't know, 2 going on 3 years, the videos daily of kids getting blown up, people shot online to get food while they're starving. That was what, hey, it happens. War is hell. But then Charlie Kirk gets popped, and this is, oh my god, this is a bridge too far.
That recent one I saw where it was like the side of a building and like they were helping people to come down and then another missile hit them while they're helping. Like, saw one where they're literally picking up pieces of people from the roof. I think it was a hospital somewhere. They were literally picking up pieces and putting them in bags, like pieces, limbs and shit. Like, oh my fucking god, that was totally fine, right? But seeing Charlie Kirk,
we got to come together and stop this.
Yeah. We have to have a conversation. Oh, fuck off.
And that was something you don't see every day.
I was brought to tears then because I don't know. I don't think I need to explain it anymore. But I hope people take this seriously.
He's scared, man. He's scared. He's real scared. He's real scared. He might calm down with the Trisha Paytas slander now, innit? She might send her shooters. There's actually a couple updates actually to put up on here. Let's do these couple updates. One here, courtesy of Fear, but allegedly the shooter is 25-year-old. Allegedly, they're saying 25 years old here. Let's share this. Allegedly, according to CNN, 25-year-old. Damn, son, damn.
I mean, one thing we also learned was that the gun wasn't recovered at the scene. So it sounds like he managed to do his pre-operational planning, find that spot, line it up where he thought, you know, his victim would be, take out Kirk with a single bullet.
So hold on. So that clip that we saw, that's the same place. That's the same roof, isn't it? That's the same roof that we saw. Jesus Christ. So somebody happened to be, did somebody see somebody on that clip, or did they just say that was likely where it came from? I don't remember.
It looked like there was somebody or something up on that roof.
Up there already, lying down, right, trying to keep out of light. Yeah.
Pack up the weapon, maybe break it down, put it into a smaller bag. If you get off that roof, you have access right to a parking lot where he could have easily gotten into a car and left. In the video canvas, what we don't know. Did they get a good image of him, or was it just the clothing? Were they able to get a license plate reader of a car leaving that took them to a name? But we know there's an individual about 25 years old who's in custody as that person of interest.
Wow.
But this is where it starts, not where it finishes. That means getting, as Evan pointed out, a search warrant for the house, a search warrant for the car. Do you then recover the...
Imagine if they find out this kid was a right winger. Oh, now that would throw a spanner in the works, wouldn't it? That would throw a fucking spanner in the works. I don't know who Charlie Kirk's who hates Charlie Kirk within the Republicans. Who's an opponent of his? Was that the other guy? The one that is kind of a bit gay. What was his name? He's really loud.
Milo?
No, not Milo. The other, he's like a new version of Milo. He was on Matan show recently. I forgot his name, man. He wears suits as well. He's really loud. He was on Matan show recently. I forgot his fucking name. I wonder if that's an opponent, but I can't think. Did Charlie Kirk who was Charlie Kirk's biggest hater within the right wings? Well, yeah, was it not Gates? No, Gates is the one that had the good job and got fired because he was found out to what kid did.
Oh, he was going to be attorney general, and they pulled his nomination. I mean, I don't know who is his active biggest hater, but
Laura Loomer?
No, because they're on the same side. They're both Israel shills.
Okay.
So it's somebody. If it's going to be a right winger, it's going to be somebody who was anti that. I think.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone. I can't really think of anyone. But
the gun. Can you match the ballistics? They have a lot of work to do tonight. And they have to figure out, was he acting alone? Who else is there? Who's he in communications with? They have a lot of work to do tomorrow, too.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So there we have it, man. 25-year-old. 25 years old, bro. Absolutely wild. Wild, if true. Wild, if true. I'm just curious to see what kind of political leanings he's on and all that malarkey. But what we wanted to hear was this opinion, right? I'm sure most of us were like on the edge of our seats waiting to hear what this particular gentleman had to say about the death or the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I'm sure this is who you're waiting for, right? Kai Cena. Let's see what Kai Cena had to say about the death of Charlie Kirk.
That's the guy with like the crazy ass takes, right? Or some shit. He be saying some crazy. He be saying
yes,
some crazy shit, right? Holy shit.
And that's how you're gonna be remembered in the end, isn't it? The guy with the crazy ass takes. Imagine, all of that work you thought you did, all of that change you thought you brought about, and most people, I would imagine, on the street will probably be like, yeah, they're gonna be like on some, yeah, I can see that coming, Fucking hell, man.
What the fuck? Don't watch, okay, bet.
Don't watch.
He got assassinated. Shit. All right, chat.
Like and subscribe. Send us gifts in.
Chat,
Anyway.
is he cooked?
It's Charlie cooked. It's fucking crazy. Oh, big up Kai CENAT. That's fucking brilliant. Honestly, I absolutely love that. I really fucking did. And then we got another one here to show you. Somebody else who's very scared now. Somebody, who speaks with their chest usually, is usually unapologetic. Facts don't care about your feelings. Now people are shooting. He fucking scared. MYRON from Fresh and Fit. He's scared. He's scared too.
I actually had a debate set up for tomorrow in Asheville, North Carolina.
Are you still going to go to your event? Or are you going to cancel it?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
Myron, you gotta cancel it, bro.
I would advise to cancel it because
No, go.
Yeah, and all the little incel ball watcher. I think actually, Myron, you should stay home.
No.
Myron, you're a Fed dog. You can handle yourself, right? Right, brother Amru?
Please go, please.
Cancel it.
Myron, cancel it. Cancel it. Can't be doing this anymore. You can't put yourself at risk. You have to cancel it.
Also, out of respect for the guy, as in mourning, also.
What? Respect more. Just say you're scared. I'm respecting mourning his death. I'm never leaving my house again. Charlie Kirk would want me to leave my house. Big up Z. I know people who got radicalized and the feds enabled it and let them leave the Syria and those types of countries. Their parents called them to stop, but let them go. Oh.
Yeah, I literally I just got this info like 10 minutes ago. So I obviously I'm still kind of figuring out what the hell's going on. I didn't even really think about Asheville until you guys brought it up. Yeah, man.
Yeah, be careful. I really do think it was Mossad behind this.
If somebody took out
you're
Kirk,
right.
brother, you know what I mean? And he's not that hard. I mean, someone like you is even more of a target. You know what I mean? So God forbid.
When I first heard that, I thought he said someone like you is even more regarded. I didn't think he said more of a target. I thought, what?
Yeah, also Mossad got the dude that literally, I don't know, a week or so ago, not more than a month, was saying it's not a genocide after the International Society of Genocide Scholars put the stamp on it. So you're right. No, you're right.
Some freak. And we didn't know what this guy's motive was. I mean, and like Joa could have said, it could have been something like the JFK files or Epstein. It didn't have to be, some left-wing person. It could be any motive. And we know that your position on things is more, controversial than Charlie's. And if they're taking out Charlie Kirk's, my God, you, Nick, everyone's got to be worried now. So this is really sick, man. We're getting to the point in this country where people are snapping. We got people getting stabbed. We got all sorts of things happening day by day. Tomorrow's 9/11, the anniversary. I mean, this is just getting ugly. So I'm very concerned for all of our guys in the front lines, brother. I would definitely cancel, and I'm sure the people would understand. That's just my opinion.
especially I agree with you, Luke, especially in the immediate future, because sometimes what happens with these vigilantes is they'll do like a sequential instances as well. So I would definitely cancel. That's no question.
The front lines of content creation, huh? The front lines of political commentary. All of a sudden, they ain't so alpha anymore, are they? They ain't so alpha. They ain't so alpha. All of a sudden, they all want to cancel. Oh, I fucking love it. I really fucking do. Jesus Christ, they're all running fucking scared. There's a couple more in here. I want to play with you quickly. Someone called Nancy. Do you know who Nancy Mace is?
Yes, she
Someone
has
called- yeah.
big fake cans.
Oh, okay. So her big fake cans have a very big opinions regarding the Charlie Kirk stuff, and you probably won't be surprised who she blames.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated My kids have called panicking. They probably, all the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota?
Good question, sir. Good question. Let's see how she answers it. Very good question, sir. Let's see how she answers it.
Political.
Isn't this on both
Are you
sides?
kidding me?
He should have just left it there. He should have just went quiet and just let her kind of fumble over it. He kind of killed it. He should just let it. He should let her kind of answer the question.
No, I'm asking.
We don't know what condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking.
No, not at all.
You said the Democrats.
No, this is on.
But
The
I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But is
Democrats
there a
own
problem
this.
with political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%. And I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called.
Oh shit! Yeah, just repeated. But yeah, nice one, isn't it? It's Democrats' faults. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Dems' fault. We shouldn't be surprised.
What about that other stuff? That's classless that you ask this very valid apples to apples question.
That was maybe the saddest part about the whole, like, that young lady from Ukraine that passed away, who got killed, that passed away on the train. The immediacy in which they wanted to like politicize that, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, for your brain to work that way is just fucked up, really. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that guy was clearly crazy. And also his arrest record, what is it, 14 times in fucking prison and shit. A person like that shouldn't have been, should have been free in the first place. Loads of things fucking failed to get to that point, and to just like chalk it up as like what he is, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I guess it's the world we live in now. You have to kind of, get your points wherever you can get them. But I thought that was so fucking classless, man. So fucking classless. Her body wasn't even fucking cold, and everyone's kind of running to those fucking political bullies narratives. It's fucking annoying. But
also her point before that you don't get shot for voicing your opinion. It's like, okay. This reminds me of all the time, again, after every mass shooting, when Sleepy Joe and Kamala would be like, oh, this isn't who we are. It's like, okay, ask Fred Hampton about that. Ask JFK about that. Ask any number of again, I'm going to be charitable. I get what they're trying to say with this isn't who we are. But like, at a certain point, you have to live in reality, especially if you're going to be lecturing others about living in reality. Others who say advocate for universal health care, that we can't do. Not like all the other NATO members that are our asshole buddies and have that. That's impossible. But meanwhile, they're going to see dead kids at again, this is like the 40-something big shooting this year. And we're going to keep doing this isn't who we are. I think it's who we are.
Unfortunately so. This is a clip that's going viral. I just saw this. Let's see what this one's about. I think this is during one of those what's that thing called again? What's that platform called? Where they debate people, where they sit down. Jubilee, yeah. So I'm guessing that Jubilee one is gonna go. It's gonna go reviral. It's gonna rival again. Is that a word? Reviral. So this is a clip people are playing.
So if you had a daughter and she was 10 and she got raped, and she was going to give birth, and she would and she was going to give birth and she was going to live, would you want her to go through that and carry her baby?
That's awfully graphic.
But it's a real life scenario that happens to many people.
The answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
Oh, okay, great. So so if
Good old Charlie. Good old Charlie. Good old Charlie, eh? Good old Charlie. I'm sure women around the world are mourning his death. They really are. Do you want to hear the opinion of HASANABI on this particular affair? I'm sure you want to know what HASANABI has to say. Let's see what HASANABI has to say regarding this. Come on, Hassan, tell us what you think, HASANABI. Hope he doesn't make it by himself. Fingers crossed.
There is a closer footage of Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck here as well, where you can oh, he's dead. Oh my God, he's definitely dead. Oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, he definitely got shot in the neck. Oh my God. Oh, fuck.
Surprising normal response from him, actually. Surprisingly humane response, not gonna lie. Surprising.
Oh yeah. No, I that footage, that you do not want to see that. You do not want to see that. You do not want to see that. That footage, the close-up footage shows very clearly immediately blood pouring out of his jugular. He gets shot in the neck, blood pouring out of his jugular, like an unimaginable amount of blood pouring out of his jugular. There is very, very little chance that he survived.
Tell us one more time about the blood pouring out, my friend. Tell us one more time.
That I don't know. I don't know if he did, but it doesn't seem like it. Oh my God. That was fucking devastating. Holy shit. I don't know what to say. Oh my Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. America is so absolutely fucked.
Better response than Ethan, isn't it?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Really surprised. Fair play to HASANABI. Maybe he's finally, having a come to Jesus moment. That was actually a normal, human, non-crazy response from Hassan. Really, really interesting though. Because usually he's a little bit nutty. He's a little bit nutty. But I guess when shit like that happens, especially to what you describe to be a political opponent around the same age, they're in the same age. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's going to be reactive like that. Quickly check. Actually, I think Drama Alert have a couple of videos I want to show you as well. One of them shows Charlie Kirk just before he actually got shot. There's this one here where he's handing out stuff on the stage. Where is it? There we go. This one. Like, fucking hell, man. Absolutely wild, isn't it? And I know this is like a college campus thing, but that's a massive crowd, isn't it? Like, that's a big pull to be able to attract those people like that, or is that just what happens with political stuff nowadays?
I mean, generally they do numbers. I know that people also people like to counter protest, and that's why he used to cancel a lot of gigs for that.
Yeah. Moments before tragedy struck, and I think there's another. What's this? Hopefully this doesn't show any of the shooting, but there's one I saw an angle allegedly before. What's this happening? Footage from the alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk. Where was that? The top right, somewhere around there. Where I can't see anything there, to be honest. Well, I guess something maybe roughly there. I don't know. I can't really see anything. I'm not going to lie. Maybe there's something around there.
Yeah.
Right? Something maybe. Is that maybe the rifle sticking out there? That thing there? Maybe. I don't know. Probably it's kind of hard to spot there, but yeah, maybe that might be something around there. But oh yeah. And then what's this crazy leftist girl? I'm assuming, right? What's she saying? I'm sure she's got some nice words to say about Charlie Kirk. What's this? A transgender person? Yeah, she's definitely got some nice things to say about Charlie. She's gonna be real sad. Let's see if there's a lot. Come on, can I see you or not? Oh, is the video gone? What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? Yeah, I don't know. It's not playing for some reason. Don't know why. Is it there? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, nope. Yeah, cool. Let's leave it there. I don't want to scroll too much because in case we get that on the screen. But yeah, man. R.I.P. fucking P. So to end it, should we do one more? Should we do like an R.M. Brown or something? Or is there anything you want to suggest?
What about that Adam Friedland academics and Vlad?
Yes, there we go. So I got it up in here, haven't I? Yeah, there, I've got it there. So Adam fires back at DJ Academics for insane blackface accusation. I actually don't even. What did Academics say about him to begin with? What did he say?
You're going to see in the video. He plays back the two of them.
Okay.
And yeah, Ack had some really spicy, and apparently he has and I quote this verbatim, a dossier on Adam Bugman. Dossier.
Okay. So before we play this, you want to take a quick drink break? I want to get a quick drink, and then we can play this. Right? Quick drink break. Give you 2 seconds.
Okay, cool. He's gone. Now I'm gonna show my bag on stream. And I'm gonna get his channel canceled. That was my whole shtick for this. Was I was gonna come on, I was gonna pull a ski mask, and I was gonna take my ball bag out just to stick it to him. I've been playing the super duper long con. No, all bullshit aside, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, no, I would never actually take my bag out. But yeah, no, we're doing it. How are you? Yeah, I never in my wildest dreams when I started watching this man thought that I would be on his show. Very grateful for the opportunity, and I'm going to be a hack and ask you guys to smash the like button. Help this man. Help this. He doesn't say he's a single parent. He says he has like 7 kids. He's a hardworking immigrant with 7 kids and his wife. That's usually his thing. Yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna like this Adam clip. Academics and Vlad. Again, these guys are supposed professionals, right? Like they're on the Mount Rushmore of rap news, whatever the fuck. But meanwhile, they get duped by like an obvious Photoshop. And you're gonna, when you see the picture of Adam Friedland supposedly wearing blackface, it should make you question. Again, if you respected Ack and DJ Vlad before, then afterwards you should be like, no.
We're back. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Drink secured. Come on, nice little malt there. Nice little malt, you know. Nice little malt there. Sugary, full of sugar, but hey.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Let me start this week by addressing something. I wish I didn't have to, but it seems I do. As many of you know, in my last episode, I sat down with hip-hop legend G Herbo, and it sent shockwaves throughout the culture. It seems like many of those in the establishment didn't take too kindly to a new face, break-dancing his way in to the hip-hop and R&B space. My name has been dragged through the mud subsequently. My reputation has been brought into question. Most notably, libelous claims were levied at me by prominent anti-Semitic DJs, Vlad and Academics.
Well, I kind of think it was really more the bozo who's doing the interview.
By the way, it's really, even though I hated them breaking up, I think it's quite nice to see how they've all ended up doing what they were, exactly what they want to do. Nick Mullen's off like doing what he kind of wants of his life, where he's not really, you know, tied to anything. Stavros always, I think personally, wanted to be Hollywood anyway, so he's off doing that and enjoying that shit and thriving. And Adam Friedland's got his show where he kind of gets to live his late night TV host kind of fantasies with this really interesting kind of alternative to a podcast, right? By making like a late night show kind of layout. I really love how they've all ended up doing exactly what they kind of wanted to do. Maybe because, you know, as a trio, maybe you kind of held back a little bit or limited by what the group can do, but individually they're all kind of doing what they, you know, what they want. It's all kind of fallen in a good place.
Yeah, they've come into their own. I'm trying to get because was it Nick said that he's like not retired, but he's like he's taking a step back for now. I'm looking to get him on my channel to go head to head with Tom Myers. Oh, you know the dude with the famous bong hit transplant joke. Okay, yeah, it was.
Tom Myers is a comedian.
Yes.
What do I remember him for? What do I remember him for?
He's famous for being made fun of by Cumtown.
Okay. Maybe. Okay.
And they both, my angle for this is that I want them to hash it out because they both have as a common enemy Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. Carl shits on Tom Myers all the time.
Okay.
And Carl, as I'm going to be showing tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on my channel, we're going to be watching the Cumtown review, or excuse me, the WATP review of Cumtown, which included criticism that they don't have a theme song, the most important thing of a podcast.
So cool.
And then we're going to see the little the clap back from the boys, which was hilarious. Just ethered them and
what's that thing that I hate from BRYAN? What's that sponsor they got on TFATK? The fucking shots. What did it do? Is it are they probiotics? What's it fucking called? What the fuck is it called? Somebody knows in the chat. It's the little things that they take. What's that sponsor?
Something shot.
Magic Mind.
Oh, okay.
That guy from Who Are These Podcasts, whatever. I knew they were shitty because they've got a Magic Mind sponsor too. They're sponsored by Magic Mind too. Like they do a proper like ad break. Like this is brought to you by Magic Mind. Oh, it's like of course, you motherfuckers are sponsored by Magic Mind. Of fucking course.
And meanwhile, Carl covers Bappa. Very with good regularity.
Mm-hmm.
But again, always is this guy. We know that his basement is wood paneled, but I don't think that there are any mirrors in his house.
Exactly. Great. I love that.
Right. What's his name? I don't know his name. He Friedman or some motherfucker. It's like one of these like
he wanted a
clickbait Jewish kid that probably got beat up, you know, and finally has a little bit of a voice. And
talking about not having mirrors, one of these hip hop Jewish kids that probably got beat up, bro. You might not be Jewish, but you look it, and you also got beat up. Famously, like what?
Again, it's why I literally when I heard that I could not believe. I thought that I was having an auditory hallucination.
Like what?
Unfucking real.
If anything, you should be on his side, you know, like
game recognized game, exactly.
Fucking hell.
Try to be tough because he actually called you a bitch on Twitter or stuff like that.
Well, of course
he called you a bitch in the interview too.
Well, yeah, he's trying to engage with me. I wouldn't. We already got the dossier on him. We got him doing blackface, all type of stuff. I just don't want to. Yeah, we just don't want to engage.
What?
I got the pictures.
Blackface.
Come on,
yo, show me the picture. Show me. I want to see this shit.
Vlad, let me tell you.
Fuck that guy. Because you know something? I said, hey man, I heard you want to debate. Hit me up. I said, on your platform or mine? Let's go.
Vlad.
He didn't even respond. Show me the blackface.
Dossier.
Okay.
Scroll over.
No.
Come on now.
Look at this.
Yeah, listen, we keep the files.
Look at this. Look at this.
We keep the files on them.
Look at this.
You know? So like,
well, you're a racist. Now, fuck you.
Now, this allegation shocked me. Anyone who knows me knows that I hate racism. But if there's anything I hate more than racism, it's blackface. I've never participated.
He's a funny fucker, isn't it?
I told you, bro.
Anyone that knows me knows I hate racism.
You're gonna love the twist in here, where the photo actually comes from.
That's so good. It's so good.
And I've cut people out of my life for putting it on. So when it comes to blackface, I have a zero tolerance policy.
The question is like, how many former friends did you have that participate? Honestly, it's so funny, man.
So I went looking. I looked for an answer to how this image could possibly exist. I scoured the dark web for hits. I consulted with ranking members of law enforcement. I even considered perhaps that this photo was of a real African American that looks exactly like me. In the end, the perpetrator was right under my nose. Who is this Judas Iscariot? Turns out it was none other than true crime podcaster Brace Belden.
What?
Now, to avoid litigation, my lawyers negotiated a recorded statement by Mr. Brace Belden himself, where he explains that this whole situation was entirely his fault.
No fucking way.
And I will play it for you now.
This video is addressed to DJs, academics, and Vlad. My name is Brace Belden, and I wish we were meeting under different circumstances.
DJs, academics, and Vlad.
In the wishful means, honestly, what?
I've been a tremendous fan of both of your work for as long as I can remember. Sometimes it feels like I'm on an amazing train being conducted by the two of you that's filled with art, drama, music, rappers, and mafiosi alike. I've learned a lot of lessons, and one of the big lessons that I've learned is that I need to stand up for the truth no matter how unpopular that might be. On a recent episode of one of your shows, I could not tell which, but you boys were both there, DJ Academics shows DJ Vlad a hurtful picture on his phone of a comedian named Adam Friedland wearing both blackface, as DJ Academics tells it, and a cowboy hat.
Look at that
now,
picture.
DJ Academics, I know that you have a fidelity to the truth, and you wouldn't say anything that you didn't believe.
Honestly, that picture is insane. It really is like what?
And these guys, again, two of the top minds in the field, right? No, you're right. That's Adam Friedland wearing blackface. I agree.
Like, huh?
Hook, line, and sinker.
We got him doing blackface.
We got the dossier. Fucking idiot.
It's just some random guy.
And also wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh, this is so good.
Now, DJ Academics, I know that you have a fidelity to the truth, and you wouldn't say anything that you didn't believe. And so I have to let you in on a little bit of information that might damage my reputation, but at least will help burnish you with facts. I made that picture. And that's not a picture of Adam Friedland wearing blackface. That's a picture of Adam Friedland wearing a cowboy hat that I ran through a filter of an application called FaceApp in the summer of 2017. I want to stress that Adam had nothing to do with...
No way. Oh.
When I found out that he was Brace, oh my God.
That picture. There may well be, and there probably are, many pictures of Adam Friedland wearing blackface out there. And if you want to damage his reputation or end his career or even his life, I won't stand in your way. But that picture is not of Adam Friedland wearing blackface.
So to the DJs, Vlad, and academics, I'm here to stay. And I'm actually a pretty good guy once you get to know me. I've been at too many funerals over petty squabbles like this. So here's your olive branch. Meet me. Face to face. Here.
Oh, I'd love it.
On the Adam Friedland.
I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it.
Before Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers, let's sit down like men. And I can't wait to see you soon. And our guest today is Logic. He's a rapper as well. So please enjoy the show, guys. We'll be right back.
The famous black rapper Logic. Oh, that was brilliant. That was really fucking good, man. So fucking good. we're never gonna see them on the show, are they? We're never gonna see fucking.
Oh, zero shot, negative shot.
No, it's never happening, right? They are never going on the Adam Friedland show. It would actually be really good, though. I think for both, it'd actually be entertaining too. But they definitely wouldn't go on there. It was such an innocuous thing to get offended by too. I didn't understand that little clip from G Herbo. Is like, it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't even see why they got so upset about it. To be fair, very, very strange. But to be fair, over the years anyway, Academics especially has been very aware of the narrative that's painted about him since that War in Chirac thing, how he started. So he's very sensitive about recorrecting the narrative or trying to say, brother, that was a bad part of your come up and your origin story, but it is what it is. You can't you just have to let it rock, you know? You're somewhat a different person now, but there's no rewriting your history. It is what it is. It's ingrained in it, you know? You did, profit from it, a lot of that pain and murder and shit. Just, it is what it is. But yeah.
I just think it's wild that Ack thinks that he's like the spy master, that he got at him. And Vlad, this moron, also he's yes-anding this shit. And meanwhile, how'd it pan out, fellas? Like maybe next time we think that we have a scoop. Maybe let's think.
And you'd expect more because they're like, you'd say both of their jobs involve being on the internet. Like why would you believe I just don't understand it, man. I understand my mum thinking that, but you guys, you live on your phone. You should know better than that. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? So yeah, perfect way to end the show, my friend. Thank you so much. That was an incredible little piece of dessert there after a very sad and somber start of the stream where we had to unfortunately break the news to people that KLARNA went IPO and shit. So happy that we could finally get over that hump. That was the saddest part of the fucking day. But yeah, man, I appreciate having you on. Let's do this again sometime, my friend. Really fucking good. And yeah, man, what a weird day to go on stream together, isn't it? This is this is gonna be burned in our memories.
Yeah, it's core memory now.
It's like the first joint stream on a random show, the death of Charlie Kirk. It's like, fucking hell. You couldn't get more, couldn't get more sad than that. But hey, here we are. But yeah, big up NJ. Any last words for the people? Let them know what you're doing next, anything you want to be up to and shit.
Oh, I mean, first of all, thank you for having me, bro. I would love to do it again sometime. And thank you for all the amazing content you've given me in these past few years. What am I doing next? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on the United States of Australia channel on YouTube. We're going to do a little steel toe bullshit. And tomorrow evening at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Flimsy and I are going to do another NJR live, 4 hours of bullshit and having fun. And I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. So make sure you guys head over to NJ's channel as well. Subscribe, get involved, click all the links, all that fucking malarkey, get in the chat, all that fucking shit. You know what it is. Big up him, and also just make sure you kind of take part in all that malarkey. And yeah, the rest of you guys, I'll see you guys again tomorrow for regular scheduled programming, innit? And let's hope nobody else drops. Let's hope, fingers crossed nobody else drops. But I have a feeling, at least for the next couple of weeks, everyone's gonna stay indoors.
You see, Act does that already, so he was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, they ain't coming outside anymore. They see how real it gets out there. But yeah, big up everybody. Appreciate you all. Smash the like, hit subscribe, all that good shit. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, see you guys again. Peace. End the stream there. Is it ending?